A blessed and wonderful morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday po sa ating lahat. Today is January 27, 2021, and hashtag Team LRC is back for another learning session entitled Nowhere to Go But Up, UPLB Recruitment Program for the Best and the Brightest webinar series. Magandang umaga po sa ating mga early birds sa ating FB Live. Nakita po natin, 98 na po yung ating viewers dyan. So, mag-ingay lamang po kayo sa comment section box natin. Saan po kayo nanonood? Please let us know on our comment section. Ngayon, kung wala pa po dito yung inyong mga kaklase or kaibigan, pati na yung inyong mga parents and teachers, tawagin na po natin sila. Itag nyo rin po sila dito sa ating FB Live. Huwag din kalimutang i-share ang ating video para naman mas marami pa po ang ma-inspire natin sa umagang ito. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga students na confused pa po at saka undecided pa sa kanilang mga kukuning courses sa college. So sa kabuuan po, meron tayong 873 registered participants from all over the Philippines po yan. Most of you guys are senior high school students and some are junior high school students. Again, thank you so much po for taking interest in this webinar series. Together, let's continue to build and encourage one another. I hope on board na po tayong lahat. Time check po, it's 10:05 in the morning. Welcome to Nowhere to Go But Up, UPLB Recruitment Program for the Best and the Brightest webinar series. And we are on our first day of our webinar series. I am Cheryl Hermosa Ebron, University Extension Associate and RPBB Coordinator of the UPLB Learning Resource Center. Yours truly po will be our sessions moderator for this morning. Now, just a few friendly reminders po for today's webinar. First, kindly always keep your comments helpful and considerate to the speaker, moderator, and to your fellow participants. If you have questions, feel free to comment them down below our comment section. They will be addressed by our speaker after the discussion. And also, please ask relevant questions to our topics today. And then lastly po, please do not forget to answer the evaluation form because our team, Team LRC, will deeply appreciate po your comments and suggestions. Now, sa mga hindi po makakapanood ng live today, lalo na po dun sa mga students and teachers na nag-request na sana daw po ay weekend yung ating event dahil may classes sila during weekdays, wag po kayong mag-alala kasi mapapanood pa rin po ninyo kami ang ating mga sessions na ito sa aming YouTube channel. I-search nyo lamang po yung UPLB Learning Resource Center. As of now, we already have 1,340 subscribers on YouTube. Kaya po, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Huwag din pong kalimutang i-click yung notification bell para updated po kayo sa ating mga videos. Pwede nyo rin po kaming mapanood sa replay ng ating session sa Facebook page ng LRC. I-like nyo lamang po ang aming page. From then and now, we are truly grateful po and humble at the same time for your unending and overwhelming support. As of today po, we have now reached over 51,000 strong followers and still growing. Sana po ay patuloy po kaming makapaglingkod sa inyo sa abot ng aming makakaya. Please also follow us on our Instagram and Twitter accounts. And for the hashtag, our official hashtag po for the webinar series ay hashtag nowhere to go but up at hashtag LRCRPBB. Please use those hashtags para po madali nating makita ang ating mga videos and resources using those hashtags. Alright, so sa umaga pong ito at sa unang buwan ng taong 2021, ito pa rin po ang tanong ng aming team. G ka na ba? G na ba tayong ma-inspire sa ating sessions? Well, if G ka na G pa rin po kami. Alright, so let us now listen to an inspirational message from none other than our Chancellor of UP Los Baños himself, Dr. Jose V. Camacho Jr.
UPLB Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jean Loyola, LRC Director, Dr. Benjamina Paula Flor, special guests, our grade 11 and grade 12 students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure to address you today as we open the Nowhere to Go But UP, the UPLB recruitment program for the best and brightest, a webinar series which was organized by the Learning Resource Center. As a former ARD scholar, ARD is the Agricultural and Rural Development, the LRC is very close to my heart and their initiatives for future scholars ng bayan, because it is one that has my full support. Now, these live webinars will serve as both an encouragement and a preparatory orientation for potential enrollees. Of course, we acknowledge that not all have access to stable internet connection. And so the LRC, the Office of the Chancellor, Office of Public Relations, will be producing and distributing informational materials to prospective students. But while the webinars will talk about the admission process, the scholarships, student services, career opportunities, and other similar aspects of UPLB student life, I would like to take this opportunity to try and answer a question I am sure that you have, which is, why UPLB? And to that question, I can give my responses. I can talk about how UPLB has several courses bearing the ASEAN University Network Quality Assurance Certification, or how we have many partnerships and collaborations with international universities and institutions, which in turn grant many opportunities to our students and our graduates. I can mention the recent and ongoing overhaul of facilities and infrastructure to match up to global standards, and how the curricula for our various courses are continuously updated and improved to mirror the latest developments in the field. I can enumerate with great pride various examples of UPLB alumni who have gone on to become outstanding exemplars in their chosen disciplines and careers. Scientists, entrepreneurs, researchers, academicians, statesmen, policymakers, businessmen, lawyers, doctors, foresters, economists, agriculturists, the engineers, all of them a credit to UPLB, and who embody the ideals of honor and excellence and public service, which we strive to instill in each of our graduates. I can describe joyfully and in detail the beauty of our campus that sits at the foothills of the mystical Mount Makiling, the ever-present connection to nature, the fresh air, the abundant greenery, the historic buildings, and the warm and welcoming Los Baños community. I can even point out how, in light of current issues such as the global pandemic, the climate crisis, the growing need for food and nutrition security and safety, and the various socio-political upheavals occurring throughout the world that expert graduates in the fields of agriculture, forestry, food science, agroforestry, environmental science, and natural resource management, all disciplines which UPLB specializes in, will be more in demand than ever before in the coming decades. These are all good reasons for why some of our alumni chose UPLB. But regardless of the reasons why they entered, every UPLB student leaves our campus with a critical mind, an emphatic heart, fond memories, and arsenal of knowledge, skills, and perspectives that ensure their readiness to face and conquer their coming future. So why UPLB? Because UPLB is an experience and an education you won't find anywhere else. I hope that the webinar series will be informative and enlightening for all its participants. And I look forward to working on future-proofing UPLB with you, the future of this country. Thank you, stay safe, and mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, our dear Chancellor, Sir Don Camacho, for that truly inspiring message. So I hope dun pa lang sa message ni Chancey Dong ay talagang na-inspire na kayo na mag-UPLB. Alright, so let's now move forward to the opening remarks. May we kindly recognize our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Let us please welcome Dr. Jane O. Loyola. Good morning po, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Apologies for coming in late due to our internet connection at home. How many participants do you have?
We have 873 registered participants po, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good number. Uh, Again, my sincere apologies. I should have started the program with my opening remarks. But anyways, I would like to thank, I would like to believe our senior students as well as their parents or guardians who are with them attending this webinar for your interest in the UP Los Baños or UP in general. I just would like to assure the parents at UPLB, our students are guided, from the time they register uh, until they until it's time for them to take their major courses and then their thesis. And hindi po totoo yung chismis that we encourage our students to rebel against the government. No, it's solely the decision of some of our students, and this is not unique to UP. Uh, and hindi rin po totoo na may shabulab sa UP kahit anong UP campus. No, these are just serious allegations that are being addressed, of course, by the UP administration. Okay, bago pa nga lang po pumasok sa UP, guided na ang ating mga magiging estudyante through this activity. So today, you will learn more about the degree programs offered at UPLB, and hopefully mas ma-enlighten kayo kung anong degree program ang a-applyan nyo sa UP. Okay, ang reality is that we will not know kung saan talagang degree program kayo dapat pumasok. And allowed naman po ang shifting pag nakapasok na kayo sa UP. But then again, may mga policies ang kanya-kanyang kolehiyo, okay, para kayo ay makapag-shift. So, most of the time, may delay po talaga sa graduation dahil hindi pwedeng kumuha ng mga courses na wala doon sa inyong curriculum. Ah, yun po ay dapat malaman ng mga estudyante. Ang importante ay meron kayong goal sa buhay. Ang goal na ito ay hindi dapat pansarili lamang, ano, at mag-focus kayo sa attainment ng inyong goal. The truth is, wala naman pong degree program na madali. So you might as well enroll or take a course or a degree program na bahagi ng inyong goal sa buhay. Dahil kahit mahirap yan, ay pangangatawan na nyo yan dahil alam nyo na kailangan nyo daanan yan para maabot nyo yung inyong goal sa buhay. Ang aim namin ay hindi kakaiba sa aim ng inyong mga parents or guardians. We want you to finish. We want to empower you so that you will be able to contribute, uh, sa inyong community, sa Pilipinas, and even the world. But before you can do that, syempre, isa ito sa mga assume na ingredients, para matulungan niyo ang ibang tao, dapat muna ay i-empower niyo ang inyong sarili. Mas marami kayong alam, mas marami kayong ma-share, mas marami kayong skills, mas marami kayong magagawa na kapaki-pakinabang. So congratulations sa LRC. And I'm sure mame-mention din yan. Pag nasa UP na kayo at kailangan nyo ng tulong, andyan palagi ang LRC. Sila ang nag-offer ng mga tutorial classes. So nasa inyo na yan kung i-avail nyo. And let me remind you, hindi ko mo kayo ay valedictorian or salutatorian ay magiging madali ang lahat sa inyo sa pag nakapasok na kayo. Meron kaming mga estudyante na nag-valedictorian or salutatorian ng high school, pero nagka-problema din sa academics. Meron namang hindi honor students, pero nakagraduate sila ng walang problema. So ang importante lang ay makinig kayo sa inyong mga block advisors, sa inyong registration advisors, sa inyong department chairs or institute directors, and you will do just fine sa UPLB. So again, salamat sa inyong interes sa UPLB. At hangad ko na makapasok kayo dahil makaka-avail kayo ng quality education ng halos libre or mura-mura lamang. And to study at UP is a great privilege, being the top university in the Philippines. And personally, iba ang tingin ng mga tagalabas sa UP, even abroad. I experienced that when I first came to Australia. There were 15 of us na Filipinos na scholars ng Australian government. And then when they learned na taga-UP ako, ay parang ako lang yung kinausap. And so I had to console my fellow scholars. Sabi ko, ay pasensya na, hindi nila alam na magaling din yung university nyo. Okay, so sana ay mapili nyo ang tamang kurso or degree program na a-applyan nyo at hindi lang ACADS na tulong ang aasahan nyo sa UPLB. I'm sure na-mention ni Chancellor, kahit nga wala kayong pambayad sa application, pwede na namin kayong tulungan. Maraming naghihintay na tulong sa inyo. Ang priority namin ay yung magagaling pa rin. Okay, pero mas financially challenged. Dahil ang iba namang may kakayahan or may pambayad, ay okay naman sa kanila mag-aral sa iba to avail of quality education. Pero sa mga mahihirap, baka ito lang yung way nyo. Katulad namin ni Chancellor Camacho na parehong galing sa hirap na nakatapos lamang dahil ng aming pagkakapasok sa UP. So good luck sa lahat ng inyong endeavors and please stay safe. Good morning.
Thank you so much, VC Lo, our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. All right, so now let's proceed to the first session of our webinar series entitled Up Close. Learn some tips in choosing the right course from UPLB graduates. Allow me to introduce to you our resource speaker and at the same time, the panel moderator who will lead us to a very interesting discussion this morning. He is the director of UPLB General Education Program and teaches courses in social research methods at the Department of Social Sciences or DSS College of Arts and Sciences. After graduating from UP Los Baños with a BA Sociology, magna cum laude, he started teaching at DSS and then later went to the United Kingdom to pursue postgraduate studies. He earned his Master of Philosophy in Sociology at the University of Birmingham in England through the Ford Foundation International Fellowship. He then moved to Cardiff in Wales as Seafarers International Research Centre Nippon Postgraduate Fellow and completed not one, but two programs, a postgraduate diploma in social science research methods with distinction, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology. His more than 2 decades as a student and teacher in higher education institutions here in the Philippines and in the UK afforded him a great many tips on learning that he wishes to share with us today. Here to help us learn tips in choosing the right course from having an up close discussion with our esteemed UPLB graduates and experts in their fields. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Mark Oliver S. Liangco. Sir Mo, you may now have the Zoom space.
Maraming salamat, Che, at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, lalong-lalo na sa mga kasama natin ngayon sa Facebook, no? So sa mahigit 300, almost 400 participants na kasama natin ngayon sa Facebook. Alam ko mga senior high school students kayo, grades 11 and 12, kasama ang inyong mga magulang. At narito kayo ngayon kasi gusto nyong malaman kung bakit nga ba UP o bakit UP Los Baños ang dapat ninyong piliin para sa inyong kurso sa universidad. She, maraming salamat sa pagpapakilala mo ngayong umaga, pero hindi ako ang bida sa oras na ito. Ang gusto kong malaman ay ang mga kwentong buhay ng mga inanyayahan natin ngayong umaga para makatulong na makapagdesisyon ang ating mga senior high school students na pumunta dito sa UPLB. So, meron tayong mga kasama ngayon at karangalan ko na ipakilala sa inyo ang ating unang panauhin. Siya ay nagtapos ng BS Agriculture sa University of the Philippines, Los Baños at kasalukuyan din siya ngayon na MS Development Management and Governance student sa College of Public Affairs dito din sa UPLB. Ang una nating makakasama ngayong umaga ay maraming ginagampanang papel sa buhay. He is the Chief Marketing Officer of Go Eden PH, Vice President, Dream Agritech Consultancy Services, founder ng 360PH Virtual Tours Philippines, Chair ng Youth Alliance for Zero Hunger, Country Representative ng Young Professionals for Agricultural Development in Asia and the Pacific. Nagturo din siya sa UPLB, sa College of Agriculture and Food Science at ngayon siya ang kasalukuyang Director for Agritech ng 8-Layer Technologies Incorporated. Mga kasama, narito po si Mr. Jim Leandro Cano. Hi Jim, good morning!
Hi, good morning Sir Mo.
Ayan, so nakita nyo naman, napaka-professional lang bisita natin ngayon. Ano? Jim, tell us a bit more about the work that you do as Agritech Director ng 8-Layer Technologies.
Basically, it's very interesting because we're looking at digital solutions po for agriculture. Yung company po ng 8-Layer Technologies ay very strong on cybersecurity, big data, and satellite solutions for internet. So, pag tinitingnan po natin sa sektor ng agrikultura po, ay kita po natin na itong tatlong na to ay kayang-kaya po niya i-address yung infrastructure needs ng connectivity in the rural areas. data recording, data management with cybersecurity and blockchain. Kaya niya po i-secure yun. Hindi siya basta-basta makuha lang kung kanino man. Para maprotektahan din yung mga farmers natin at mga stakeholders in the rural areas especially. And yung big data is very crucial po, no, with how we want to assess agriculture and make informed decisions. Kasi kita natin at magawa natin analytics ang lahat ng mga aspeto ng agrikultura. So basically, it's very crucial in the agricultural sector. So that's really just the tip of the iceberg po of at least what we're hoping to do and roll out in the next few months at 8-layer technologies for agriculture po.
So siguro medyo napuzzle yung ibang mga kasama natin ngayon, ano? Farming and then big data and then technology. Can you give us a little bit more idea yung specific scenario na ginagawa ng inyong kumpanya?
Yeah, so one of the things that layunin po no ng Agritech department sa 8-layer po is that we want to create an enterprise resource platform or what we call ERPs. No, kaya mo i-manage yung farm or kaya mo i-manage ang number of farms. And then you can get the data from the ground. So hindi lang po siya yung data in terms of soil sensor and weather data, but even the tasks that were conducted, no. So katulad po nung planting, katulad nung management on a day-to-day basis, pag weeding, fertilizer, application, and then even at the harvest stage, kayang-kaya po niya i-trace, i-record. And then, ang maganda po dyan, especially for the big institutions and organizations, they can manage the several farms that they have under their care. At from a dashboard po, they can see and it can generate reports right away so that they have a good idea of what is the progress and status of each of the farms. Kung may problema man, kita po agad no, na saan
Okay. So
parte
siguro
kailangan ng intervention po.
balikan natin yung mga work ninyo sa iyong kumpanya later on. Pero
Yes
ang
po.
theme natin sa araw na ito ay ang mga kwentong buhay ninyo dito sa UPLB. Ang
Ay,
first
opo.
question ko sa iyo ay, what's your student number?
Blank, blank, 10, 55846.
Okay, so yun yung mga UP students po kasi meron yung student number na hindi nila makakalimutan sa buong buhay nila kasi yun yung gagamitin nila all throughout their life kahit na halimbawa nag-enroll ka ulit sa iba pa ng mga sa constituent universities, halimbawa sa Diliman, Manila, Mindanao, Baguio, etc. Ano? So Jim, meron pa tayong mga kasama ngayong umaga. So babalikan kita mamaya at
Sige po.
ipapakilala ko muna ang susunod natin na makakasama sa ating talakayan ngayong umaga.
Alright po.
Thank you. Ang susunod natin na makakasama ay isang Health Education and Promotion Officer at the Health Promotion Bureau of the Department of Health, Philippines. He finished a Master of Science degree in Sustainability at the United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability in Tokyo, Japan. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Development Communication from UP Los Baños, where he finished magna cum laude. Mga kaibigan, kasama po natin ngayong umaga si Paulo Rehel Samonte. Good morning, Paulo.
Hi, Dr. Mo. Good morning.
Ayan, magandang umaga, Paulo. Nasaan kang lugar ngayon?
Nasa apartment po ako. I'm in Manila.
So ayan, si Paulo nasa Maynila ngayon. Kasama niyo po ako ngayong umaga mula dito sa Calamba. And I'm sure ang mga senior high school students natin ay mula sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. So kung siguro meron ilan sa inyo na namumukhaan si Paulo mula sa mga napapanood natin sa TV. Paulo, pwede mo bang ipaalala, i-refresh yung memory ng mga estudyante natin ngayon kung saan ka nila nakita?
Yes. So, I'm not sure actually, Dr. Mo, if nakita nila kasi I think very select naman yung pinapalabasan nun, no? Pero I happen to be on one of DOH's commercial on Bida sa Transportasyon, wherein I try to remind the public on the minimum public health standards o yung mga dapat na ginagawa natin pag nasa transportation tayo para maiwasan natin na mahawa at saka makahawa ng COVID-19.
Okay. Ano nga yung mga dapat naming tandaan kapag lalabas kami ng bahay at sasakay sa sasakyan?
Okay, so syempre maghugas ng kamay bago lumabas ng bahay, no? Don't forget to bring your alcohol, and kung for example pupunta kayo sa grocery, mamamalengke, magdala na kayo ng listahan para hindi na kayo pabalik-balik. So isang punta na lang tapos isang balik. So pag nasa sasakyan naman, yun, huwag kalimutan na mag physical distancing. Alam ko mahirap yun, no? Mahirap yun sa jeep, pero meron naman tayong mga parang mga yung sa shield sa pagitan natin in place so we can avoid contact with other people. And of course, yun, paghahawak tayo sa kung saan-saan, iwasan natin yun, but if it can't be helped, gumamit tayo ng alcohol lagi and mag-sanitize.
Okay. Kanina tinanong ko si Jim kung ano yung student number niya, pero iba naman yung tanong ko sa iyo ngayon. Tell me about your first class in UPLB. I know ang course mo ay DevCom.
Yes, Doc Mo, pero actually shifty po ako from computer science. So, iba yung course ko before. Wala ako hindi ko maalala kung ano exactly yung first class ko, pero sobrang memorable sa akin ng Math 17 kasi hirap na hirap ako nun sa mathematics. So, I remember yung klase ko nun is 7 a.m. sa math building. I have to wake up very early and then attend that class. The night before, kailangan ko magpuyat because I have to review, I have to make sure na I'm up to date with my lessons para pumasa and hindi bumagsak. So yun, memorable sa akin yun.
Okay, so mamaya babalikan natin ang mga kwentong UPLB mo at sa puntong ito ay ipapakilala ko muna ang isa pa sa ating makakasama ngayong umaga. Siya ay nagtapos ng Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, College of Veterinary Medicine sa UP Los Baños at Master of Agricultural Science, major in Applied Molecular Biosciences sa Nagoya University. Pero bago siya magpunta ng UP Los Baños ay natapos muna niya ang BS Hotel and Restaurant Administration mula sa UP Diliman. Sa ngayon ay kasalukuyang nagtuturo sa College of Veterinary Medicine sa UPLB at Special Assistant to the University Registrar. At isa din siyang steward ng Communitales. Ang mga kasama, kaibigan, narito po si Dr. Rina Tandeluna. Doc Rina, magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga sa iyo, Mo, at sa lahat od sa atin.
Doc Rina, paki-explain niya po sa aming lahat. Ano po ba yung Communitales?
Yan. O yung Communitales, kunin natin dun sa word ng communi. Communi ay isang komunidad, tales ay buntot. Dahil nga ako ay isang veterinaryo, sumali ako sa grupo ng Communitales. Kami ay naniniwala sa power of the human-animal bond. Kasi di ba nitong mga nakaraang taon ay naging importanteng usapin ang tungkol sa mental health. At dahil alam namin na ang kakayahan ng human-animal bond para ma-address nga itong mga mental health problems natin. So, promote namin yung tinatawag naming mutual healing. So, hindi naman ito, hindi layunin nito na palitan yung ating mga eksperto, mga doktor. Pero ito ay kaagapay ng mga doktor para nga ay magkaroon tayo ng mutual healing. Healing ng animals at ng humans.
Alright. So, bukod dyan, nagtuturo ka din sa UP Los Baños, ano? At meron ka ding special role, special assistant to the University Registrar. Ano naman po ang task nyo sa Office of the University Registrar?
Nito lang nakaraang November 2020 no ay binigyan nga ako ng isang mahalagang tungkulin para umalalay dito sa Office of the University Registrar. Gusto nating ayusin at mapaganda ang mga iba't ibang proseso sa pagpasok ng mga estudyante at pag-alalay din ng mga estudyante habang sila ay nasa universidad.
Okay, so magiging importante pala ang papel na gagampanan ninyo sa buhay ng mga nanonood sa atin ngayong umaga. So kanina sinimulan ko yung kwentong buhay ng mga kasama natin ngayon sa pagtatanong ng isang UPLB question. Kayo naman po, Doc Rina, ano ba yung bagay o pangyayari sa unang linggo ninyo sa UPLB na nagpamangha sa inyo?
Ang talagang nagulat ako kasi ako ay mahiyain talaga. Baka hindi kayo maniwala. Mahiyain ako at galing nga ako sa UP Diliman. Wala akong kakilala dito sa UPLB. Unang araw, convocation, yung tinatawag na freshman convocation. Napili ako para magsalita sa harap ng mga bagong estudyante ng BetMed. Doon ako namangha kasi parang yun nga, ito na, unang araw ko pa lang sa UPLB, kailangan ko ng maging inspirasyon sa aking mga kapwa estudyante. Yun yung talagang tumatak na sa akin.
Okay, so siguro tawagin natin yung mga kasama natin pang iba, si Jim at saka si Paolo, at pag-usapan na natin ang mga kwentong LB ninyo na maaaring makatulong sa ating mga senior high school students. So siguro dun sa mga nasa isip po ng ating mga kasama ngayong umaga, no, paano nga ba tayo magdidesisyon kapag pipili ng kurso para sa kolehiyo? So kaya nais kong tanungin sina Paolo, si Jim at saka si Doc Rina, bring us back to your 16-year-old selves. Kasi nung panahon natin, wala pang senior high school, di ba? 16 years old pa lang tayo noon, fourth year high school, mag-uupkat tayo, although walang upkat ngayon, and we wanted to select a degree program. Bring us back to your 16-year-old selves. What were your most important considerations in choosing your course and your university? Let's start with Jim.
Okay po. The conversation that I had with my dad at that time po, no, was really around negosyo. Just to give a quick background po kasi yung parents ko are into real estate. They sell, house and lot projects. They do things for, something around real estate. So yung bala ko talaga was hoping to get a scholarship in Singapore and pursue something on real estate na course po. Pero yung dad ko actually ang nag-encourage, na sabi niya, alam mo, pagkain ang pinaka-importanting issue in the next coming years. And this was back in 2009, no? And
So sinabi mo na pala yung batch mo,
ay, nasabi ko na pala, na-reveal. Pero yun po. So when we were considering, sabi niya, tingnan mo ang agriculture. Kasi dating scholar daw siya ng government. He studied 1 year in MSU in Mindanao. Hindi niya tinapos kasi hindi niya daw nakita yung future niya sa agri. Tapos sabi niya, parang na-miss ko yung opportunity because ang laki ng opportunity sa agri. So, consider it. So, nung sinabi niya yon, parang hindi ko masyado na-gets kasi city boy po ako. Wala yung agri sa utak ko po, no, na magfa-farm ako, ganyan. Pero nung dinala niya ako sa isang client niya, with him in his business trip rather, sa Batangas. We're basically from Cebu, napunta kami Batangas, and then yung client niya may malaking area na may mga coconuts na may mga corn and cassava ba yun sa ilalim. Sabi niya, tingnan mo ang business opportunity na dito, and not just selling raw products but also value added products. So doon medyo nag-stir na yung utak ko kasi I'm very keen on business really. Kaya without any hesitation, I considered BS Agriculture as my first choice in UPLB. And second choice ko, BS Forestry. Sabi ko, at least magkalapit lang din yung fields. But really, ang goal ko was to understand the science para mas maintindihan ko at pwede kong gawing negosyo in the future. So, and here I am. Yun na nga, may mga several businesses po tayo that are geared towards the agri sector.
Dun ba sa application mo, Jim, pumili ka pa ng iba pang university na pag-a-applyan?
Yes, I remember po. UPLB was my first choice. Tapos dalawa pa lang po at that time. From what I know, 3 na ba ngayon or 4 yung choices? Yun, basta 2, hindi. four courses pala yata or something like that ngayon, no? But then it was 2 campuses and 2 courses. So I think UPLB and then UP Tacloban kasi sabi ko at least
So you were
malapit lang
from Cebu.
sa Cebu.
Oo. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Jim. Now let's go to Paolo. Kanina nabanggit mo sa amin, ang original choice mo was computer science before you shifted to BS DevCom and then later on become magna cum laude of that degree program. But bring us back to your 16-year-old self. Ano bang iniisip mo noon paano ka nagdesisyon?
Yes. So yun nga, when I decided to apply for the UPCAT, ang pinili ko talagang course ay ComSci, yung first choice ko, UPLB. So what I considered then was for the campus is the school reputation, of course. I think that's very important. And then pangalawa is yung employability doon sa course na yun. Because parang at an early age siguro parang nasabi na rin ng parents ko na parang parang the future is all about computers and technology. So parang why not i-try ko daw yung computer science, no? Since magaling naman daw ako sa math. Naakala ko nung high school magaling ako sa math. But apparently when I entered UP, no. So anyway, yun. So employability and also tapping on my strengths. So, yun nga, naisip ko na at that time, parang okay naman ako sa sciences and sa mathematics. So, I wanted to try computer science nun. And then, on the back of my mind, sabi ko, pwede naman ako mag-shift later on. So, of course, that was then. That was when I was 16 years old. Pero ngayon, I think it's really important that we try to find the balance between what we want to be and what we're good at. Kung pipili tayo ng course. And then try to imagine ourselves decades down the line. Tignan natin sa natin nakita yung sarili natin. Saan tayo merong pinaka-greatest satisfaction while at the same time making the greatest impact possible for us. So, yun yung sa akin.
Okay, so sige, mamaya babalikan natin yung mga tips mo kung paano pa mag-isip ng tamang kurso. Pakinggan naman natin si Doc Rina. Ma'am, paano naman po kayo nagdesisyonan? You started out in Diliman.
Oo, wag na nating balikan nung 16 years old ako. Ang tagal na nun eh. So, gaya nga ni Vice Chancellor at saka ni Chancellor, kami naman ay sapat lamang din yung kinikita ng aking mga magulang at nagkataon lamang na ang aking ina ay empleyado ng UP. Kaya hindi kami talaga pwedeng kumuha ng mga examination ng ibang universities kasi talagang UP lang, para libre yung tuition fee namin. Buti na nga lang at pumasa ako sa UP Diliman. Pero maliit pa lang ako, hindi pa ako 16 years old, neneng ako noon. Alam ko na talaga na gusto ko ng hayop. Hindi ko pa alam yung tukol sa veterinary medicine kasi noon hindi naman napopromote yung profession, hindi pa siya masyadong kilala. Pero talagang malapit na ang puso ko sa mga hayop. Dahil alam ko na hindi ako makakapag-aral sa UP Los Baños, syempre dapat UP lang, di ba? UPLB lang yung merong veterinary medicine. So I had to choose any course in UP Diliman. Ang pinagpilian ko noon ay Business Administration and Accountancy, kaya lang may maintaining grade yon. Natakot ako doon. Tapos yung isa nga ay Hotel and Restaurant Administration kasi nandun yung mga kabarkada ko. So natapos ako, na-employ naman ako, maraming opportunities as a UP graduate. Pero alam mo yon, yung kahit yung kinikita mo, parang may kulang. Kaya nagpaalam ako sa magulang ko kung pwede nila akong payagan na i-pursue naman kung ano talaga yung gusto ko. Kaya nagpapasalamat ako kasi kahit nga parang hindi na namin kaya na pag-aralin uli ako, talagang sinuportahan naman nila ako. Pero ang kondisyon, dapat matapos ko yung VetMed in 4 years. Kasi naman allied field yung kinuha ko sa Diliman, 4 years ko na lang kukunin yung VetMed. Kaya yan, masayang-masaya ako kung ako'y naging veterinaryo.
I see. So ang ibig sabihin, Doc Rina, yung parents mo, they were working in UP Diliman at that time. So tama ba? That's why you have to choose a degree program in Diliman.
Not necessarily naman na UP Diliman. Kahit sa ang UP campus ay makaka-avail ka nung free tuition. So yung nanay ko ay isang profesora sa UP Baguio. Dahil walang veterinary medicine sa UP Baguio, sa Los Baños lang.
So pero you could have chosen to be in UP Baguio, pero sa ang gusto mo talaga ay VetMed, hindi ka dumiretso sa LD. Sa Diliman ka muna pumunta.
Eh kasi yung mga kapatid ko ay nasa UP Diliman lahat. So sabi ng nanay ko, para sama-sama na lang kayo at mas tipid.
Stipid.
Na lang. Saka para nga hindi na sila problema. Pag nangamusta sa isang anak, 5 kasi kaming lahat eh. Lahat kami nasa UP Diliman noon. So yan.
Okay. So si Jim nasa Cebu siya noon and pupunta siya ng UP Los Baños. You were originally from Baguio, Doctrina. Nagpunta ka ng Diliman. Pao, saan ka noon sa Pilipinas nung bago ka mag-college?
So taga Laguna lang po talaga ako. Kaya din okay sa akin na UPLB na lang. My friends are also there, so yun po.
But as you have noticed, yung mga kasama po natin ngayon, you can literally come from all over the Philippines at nandito tayong lahat sa UP Los Baños. Well, now, dahil sa remote teaching and learning, we don't have to be in UP Los Baños all the time, no? Kahit nasang dako ka pa ng Pilipinas, ay pwedeng magkakasama pa din tayo ngayon. So, now nakapasok na tayo yung lahat sa UP Los Baños, estudyante na kayo ngayon at pag-usapan naman natin yung mga challenges na kinaharap ninyo sa pag-aaral ninyo sa UPLB. Merong nagbanggit sa akin, sabi niya, meron daw 3 goals kapag ka nasa universidad ka. Good grades, number 2, good social life, at saka good sleep. Pero 2 out of 3 lang daw yung pwede mong usually makuha. So halimbawa, syempre gusto ng mga magulang natin good grades, no? Tsaka sinasabi ng mga tao, napaka-importante ng university degree kasi dito makikilala yung mga iba't ibang klaseng tao na makakatulong sa pag-angat mo sa buhay at para maging mahusay ka na mamamayan, no? So you wanted to have good social life. Pero dahil pinili mo na yung good grades at good social life, you won't have much sleep kasi madami ng oras, di ba, nakain nun. Yung good sleep, syempre, that's also an indicator of your health, no? Para lagi kang fresh, para pogi ka, tsaka maganda. But if you wanted to choose that, and then good grades, don't expect that you will have enough time to develop your network. No? And of course, and so on. But in general, 2 nga lang daw yung makukuha natin out of 3. But of course, there are exceptions. I'd like to know your story. Ano bang mga goals na na-achieve mo when you were a student and what challenges did you face? Let's start with Paolo.
Sige. Really, my goal nung college is to graduate with honors. If I'm being honest, kasi some of my friends who also came from Paite, my hometown, magaganda yung performance nila. So I was inspired. Sabi ko, if kaya nila, kakayanin ko rin. So there's that. But at the same time, I also wanted to balance it with extracurricular activities. So nag-org din ako, nag-student council din ako. I tried to do everything. And yun nga, true to what you said, Dr. Mo, ang nag-suffer ay yung sleep. So I'm not getting enough sleep at that time. So
So haggard ka nun lagi.
Oh?
Haggard ka nun lagi.
Yes, medyo. I mean, hindi naman ako naranas na hindi ako naligo bago pumasok. Kasi I know like some of my friends do that. Pero yun, hindi ko naman yun naranasan. Pero yun, nagkukulang lang ako sa tubig. Kape-kape lang palagi. I guess yun na, it's not good. For those of you watching, mga 4th-year high school students, hindi yun okay na kape kayo ng kape. So try to limit your caffeine intake. Pero nung time talaga na yun, I probably mas nag-suffer ng konti yung health. And yun, I guess really ang biggest challenge ko talaga nung time na yun was passing Math 17. For our audience na hindi pa alam kung ano yung Math 17, that's trigonometry and what's the other one? Algebra and trigonometry combined in one class. So mahirap talaga siya. Yun, but other than that, I think I enjoyed a lot of my other school stuff nung college, especially the ones where I transferred na to development communication. So I really had fun doing my
Sure,
course.
yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, kayang-kaya nila yung Math 17 and kung magkakaroon man ng challenge, nandiyan naman ang IMSP to actually help our students at saka yung mga tutors natin dito sa Learning Resource Center. Jim, ikaw naman, tell us about your story.
Kayang-kaya po nila yung Math 17, sir, kaya hindi ko kinuha yun. Kasi sila na lang kukuha nun. I think yung challenge sa akin, same po, no, na sinasabi ko, sir, na sinasabi ni Pao, na sleep yung nagiging trade-off with all the other engagements that I had. Yung pagpasok ko po talaga ng UP, I was really hoping to graduate with honors din. Kasi both my sisters graduated from Diliman with honors. So, medyo may pressure ako bilang bunso na tapos ikaw na yung last na nasa UP, di ba? Parang pinipressure ko yung sarili ko. Ganun yung utak ko nung pagpasok ko. Pero eventually, na-engage po kasi ako with the student council. No? So, I served 2 years in the college student council and then 1 year in the university student council. So, medyo nag-shift ng onte yung goal ko from graduating with honors to graduating on time while serving the people. Parang naging ganon yung naging goal ko. So alam ni Doc Rina po yun kasi si Doc Rina was college secretary at that time. Lagi kong nakasalamuha sa mga Central Electoral Board meetings, sa CEB meetings. Tas I think the biggest challenge really was pagdating na ng junior and senior year ko sa university because doon ko na-encounter yung mga DOS na level na grades na tapos may isang pasang awa na lang talaga na grade. So sabi ko parang out the window na talaga yata yung ko. So I had to be honest with myself. Sabi ko if I can't graduate with honors, at least I have to graduate on time. Pero sinisikap ko serve pa rin, no? Kasi doon yung puso ko na to really serve the community, the wider community. So and I think ang bunga naman nun was I graduated with the OSLA award, no, yung Outstanding Student Leadership Award, I think for the college. So I think for me that was enough for me also na okay, masaya na ako dito na at least it was also recognized na yung kulang sa tulog just to organize events. Minsan makikipag-usap ka sa mga prof na hindi po ako makakapunta ngayon kasi darating yung student regent, kailangan i-meet yung mga ganyan. Medyo you get to learn how to do your time management. So UPLB really gives you a good taste of reality, no, out of the university. Ano ba ang buhay outside the university? So I think the challenge really is know what your goals are and then know how to adjust accordingly, no? And then you don't have to pressure yourself. As much as possible, get good sleep. Don't eat too much instant foods para iwas sakit sa katawan. But know your goals and know how to adjust accordingly. I think yun yung mga naging solution ko sa mga challenges na encounter ko po.
So from challenges sa loob ng classroom at yung pagharap mo sa hamon ng leadership outside the classroom, no, UP indeed was bringing out the best in Paolo and then Jim. Doc Rina, ikaw naman, anong mga challenges ang kinaharap mo? Iba ba yung challenges pagka nasa Diliman ka at saka nasa Los Baños ka?
Oo, nung sa Diliman ay tingin ko nasobrahan ako ng social life doon. Parang more than 10 organizations yata yung sinalihan ko.
Wow.
Dahil yung kurso ko ay hindi naman ganun kahirap. Para sa akin noon, Hotel and Restaurant Administration. So talagang nag-enjoy ako. Pero nung ako'y pinayagan nga mag-aral sa UP Los Baños at Veterinary Medicine, sabi ko, ay, this time, hindi ako sasali ng kahit anong organization kasi kailangan ko talaga mag-focus at makagraduate within 4 years. So yun na nangyari. First year ko sa UP Los Baños, school at bahay lang ako. Wala akong barkada, hindi ako sumasama. Kaya medyo magaganda yung grades ko. So nung after ko ng first year dito sa UP Los Baños, baka pwede akong graduate with honors. Kaya lang nung third year na ako, late bloomer, no? Nung third year ko na dito sa Los Baños, saka ko lang naisip na, pag-graduate ko ba, ano ba yung mga matatandaan ko? Yung mga grade ko ba na uno? O kung paano ako din naging estudyante dun sa UPLB. So dapat may balanse din. Kaya ayun, nagsimula na akong sumama sa mga medical mission, volunteer work. At natutuwa ako kasi ginawa ko yon. Hanggang ngayon, dala-dala ko pa rin yung volunteerism. No? At nahulma siya at talagang na-expose din ako sa UPLB, sa community service na hindi ko rin nagawa noon sa UP Diliman. Ang pinakamalaking challenge sa akin, sabi ko nga, sapat lang naman din yung kinikita ng mga magulang ko, dagdag gastos na paaralin nila ako dito sa UP Los Baños kasi syempre bayad pa sa board and lodging, tapos medisina yung kurso ko, ang daming kailangang bilhin. Buti na lang marami rin tumulong sa akin. Tapos yun, nakayanan naman.
Alright. So, kahusayan sa lahat ng dako sa loob at labas ng silid-aralan. I guess yun yung running theme sa tatlo natin na guests. No? Siyempre, kapag pupunta tayo sa universidad, kaya naman tayo pupunta dito is because we wanted to have a degree. And a crucial component of that degree is us going to classes. And of course, one of the most important aspect of that classroom is our professors. No? So yung mga teacher natin nung high school, nung elementary, they were also very special to us. But there are also professors that change our lives or we will never forget and have impacted our lives on who we are right now. So I'd like to now talk about your professors. Who's your most memorable mentor and why? Para magka-idea yung ating mga senior high school, how different is a university setting from how things or how learning is done in a high school or elementary classroom? Let's start with Ma'am Rina muna.
Sa VetMed naman, naalala ko may mga paborito akong klase. Surgery yung pinakagusto ko dati kasi buhay na yung hawak mo eh. Kaya mangha-mangha ako na nagagawa ng procedure yung isang hayop na nabubuhay din eventually yung hayop. So yun yung paborito ko. Pero ang pinagpapasalamat ko rin sa VetMed dahil napakaliit din naman ng aming kolehiyo. Lahat talaga naging guro ko ay nagsilbi na mentors. Tapos nakakatuwa kasi katrabaho ko sila ngayon, colleagues ko na sila. So hanggang ngayon naman ay umaalalay pa rin sila sa aking career. Kaya tuloy-tuloy lang talaga yung suporta nila.
Okay, so can you imagine that yung mga nanonood sa atin, yung halaga na mabigyan mo, madugtungan mo yung buhay ng isang hayop na nangangailangan ng tulong mo, and you can do the same when you get to UP Los Baños. Now let's turn to Jim.
So, may several courses talaga na, I found very interesting. And then there were also courses na yung prof mismo ang nagbibigay ng attraction sa akin kung bakit engaged ako dun sa course na yun, because in the way they teach it, no. So to name a few, of course yung dalawa kong naging advisor, naging dalawa kasi umalis for a consultancy gig yung first advisor ko, pero siya din ang nag-launch sa akin into the supply chain aspect of agriculture, no. So doon ako kay Doc Hill na sobrang thankful ako kasi nung sinabi kong gusto ko mag-business, sabi niya, magandang tingnan mo ang supply chain aspect ng agriculture. So eventually that opened me up to the idea, and that's what I'm doing now with the work that I do at 8 Layer. Nakatutok po kami sa supply chain issues ng agriculture. Si Doc Nest Garcia naman, yung naging kasunod na advisor ko, maganda rin yung contribution na sa pag-aral ko, of course with the supply chain solutions and systems perspective. But there were also couple of professors na hindi sa institute ko, na hindi saan ako, kumbaga ibang institute na hindi ako nagme-major, pero they made an impact. One was really si Ma'am Borromeo, no? Si Ma'am Tess Borromeo. Shout out po, Ma'am. Because I can't forget that one specific lab class namin na yung isang week, sabi niya, wala muna kasi pupunta siya sa Rome, sa Italy, kasi may engagement siya with the UN food agencies. So noon, parang na-curious ako, anong meron sa Rome, no? Pagbalik niya, nagdala siya of course ng chocolates, mga ganyan, so tonto kami. Pero kinwento niya rin ano yung ginagawa nila doon. So that really opened my mind to, or at least yung ako, pinangarap ko rin na parang gusto ko rin ma-engage at that level, no, hope down the line. And looking at it now, yung role ko as Youth Alliance for Zero Hunger na chair, that's my role actually, and also yung sa YPAR, those are the two positions that I hold now that allow me to engage at the UN food agencies. In fact, noong 2019, I was able to speak at the same conference where the Pope himself also spoke at. So yung mga naging ganun, parang sobrang nagiging, how do you say this, memorable sa akin. And meron ding prof talaga na tuwang-tuwa ako sa galing niya kasi wala siyang PowerPoint. Si Dr. Mabesa. Pero sinusulat niya lahat, as in from his brain shared, sinusulat niya agad. Yun, mga pictures pala, no.
Yeah.
So ayun. So quickly, maybe para hindi lang din
Yes,
kain
please.
oras. Yan yung mga ano. South Africa was my first gig really na keynote speech at an international event.
Jim, you were still a student, an undergraduate student at this time, tama ba?
Etong 2016 po nag-start ako magiging undergrad student. MS student rather. Opo. Yeah. So yeah, Korea, this was and then I started getting engaged with the UN agencies in 2018 sa FAO po. This I was invited by the private sector mechanism of the UN Committee on World Food Security, at salamat din sa UP for the travel grant, no, na nakatulong din sa pagpunta doon. So, and this was the same conference where the Pope also spoke. No? This was the IFAD Governing Council, International Fund for Agri-Development. Yun. So, I think yung mga ganong moments sa buhay mo sa universidad, nag-spark din ng hope at pangarap at mga goals mo na eventually down the line, makakamit mo rin pala. No? Kayang-kaya mong makamit. Whatever you focus your attention to normally, it draws you towards that also eventually. So, yun, madaming magagaling na professor sa universidad na makaka-mold ng utak at ng makaka-guide sa inyo papunta sa direction na gusto niyo ring tahakin. Tama ba? Pero yun.
So in other words, no, there was that UPLB experience that
Yes.
prepared you to conquer the world or start conquering the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Now let's listen to Paulo and his memorable experiences. Yes, Paulo.
Yeah. So for me, sa totoo lang, no, napakadaming magaling na professor sa DevCom. So, yung mga nanonood dyan, consider nyo College of Development Communication. Sobrang daming
Paulo,
magagaling na husay.
Bago ka magpatuloy, some people might be asking the question, ano bang difference ng DevCom sa communication arts at sa mass communication?
Now, actually, Doc Mo, lagi nang tinatanong sa akin yan, sanay na akong tanongin, pero every time, nahihirapan pa rin akong sagutin, no? Kasi, well, I guess a key difference would be, in communication arts, parang mas malawak. You can specialize in maybe advertising, you can do theater, entertainment, etc. Pero ang DevCom, Development Communication, really is communication for social change, communication for development. So, I think that's the major difference, yung purpose niya. So kung DevCom ka, yung lahat ng ginagawa mo, kumbaga yung pinaghuhugutan mo, is to try to improve other people's lives. Na pwede mo rin gawin sa Com Arts, pero it's not necessary. Sa DevCom, it is a prerequisite. It is a requirement, rather. Na parang dapat yung intention mo is to really make a difference. And yun.
So now, tell us about the DevCom professors that really inspired you to become the professional that you are right now.
Napakarami. Si Sir Chico who's here, si Ma'am Lynette, si Sir Aldo, napakadaming magagaling na professor sa DevCom. But if I'm gonna choose one na meron talagang malaking impact sa akin, that would be Sir Winnie Dagli of CDC, also of SciComm. He's also my thesis advisor. Napakahusay na tao. And yung passion niya talaga for DevCom is very infectious. Parang, and even after I graduated, nagre-reach out pa rin siya pagka meron siyang pwedeng maitulong. Like for example, nung nagsa-start na yung COVID-19 pandemic, and he was telling me kung meron daw bang opportunity to help, he's willing to do it pro bono because he's just excited about being able to contribute to DOH at this very difficult time in nation building. So, yun, sobrang inspiring nung ganun ni Sir Winnie. And I think just thinking of him, it always makes me think about, because we can be really ambitious, no? Pero parang pag iniisip ko si Sir Winnie, I really get inspired na parang dapat may lalim lahat ng ambisyon mo. Hindi pwedeng gusto mo lang tong mapuntahan, gusto mo lang tong marating. Parang dapat may mas malalim siya na paghuhugutan. And that's always trying to build a better place for all Filipinos and trying to build a better Philippines. So, yun, sobrang inspiring din sa akin.
Okay. So, ngayon, syempre, nasa iba't ibang larangan na tayo ngayon. No? Ikaw, Pao, nasa DOH. And of course, Jim works with a private company. Doc Rina is, of course, with the UP Los Baños. No? Kung saan kayo nandoon ngayon, how relevant was your training and degree program from UP Los Baños sa mga ginagalawan ninyo ngayon na mga lugar? Ano bang pinaka relevant na training at experience na nabit-bit ninyo from UP Los Baños? Jim, would you like to start?
Sige po, sir. I think the essential skills that I feel na develop from within UPLB na nagagamit ko outside of UPLB po. One is really yung the critical thinking, no. And along with that, itatay up ko na rin yung systems thinking, because that was really my major in agri, na agri systems ang pagtingin. Lalo na ngayon po, ang nakakatuwa kasi the UN Food System Summit was launched by the UN Secretary General, and tayo po ay kasama din sa coordinating committee for that. Interesting po ang takbo at ang trend, no, kasi ang mga policymakers ngayon ay tumitingin na paano ang systems perspective. And interestingly, this was the question that my professors also in the college were asking back in 2013 nung estudyante pa kami. O paano ba ang systems perspective? How do we include systems thinking in addressing societal issues in agriculture? So yung mga ganung bagay po, the critical thinking and the systems thinking was very is still very useful up to now. The second one really is the writing, no? Yung mga technical writing, scientific writing, yung pagiging very very how do you say this, meticulous on how you do that is very useful wherever you go, especially pag darating mo sa hindi naman sa kung pero when you get to higher levels and positions, you normally would need you would get technical writers, pero mas maganda pa rin ikaw mismo marunong ka pa rin go and all that. But I think the biggest thing aside from all those two po is yung pagiging marunong mag-network at communicate with people. Yung sinasabi ni Pao, very interesting yun, no? Na you need to know you communicating with a purpose. Of course, it's DevCom, defining DevCom, but really in UP dahil ang inaano natin is utak at puso, no? Yung puso dun papasok yung how do you communicate with fellow Filipinos and even outside na pwede mong iparating ang mensahe mo para sa ikabubuti ng karamihan, no? I think that's the crucial thing. Now, how do you communicate with people? And that's one thing that I learned from my 3 years in student council, because you need to be able to learn how to negotiate with different perspectives. How do you bring in your perspective to the table without being able without offending or without disrespecting other people's opinion. And nadadala ko po yun ngayon especially in the UN spaces of negotiations. Kasi pagdating doon sa level na yon, mas malaki ang mga nami-meet mo ng mga tao in terms of the influence that they hold. But the dynamics are pretty much the same, no? How you engage with people, how you communicate with people, and how you stay respective of people's opinions despite the differences. So, very crucial po yun.
Alright, so napakahalaga talaga ng importansya ng communication, not just with the people that you like, even most
Yes.
especially communication for people who needs that kind of
True.
information, and communication for people you don't like or disagree with you. How is that
Yes.
useful in your work, Paolo? Lalo na ngayon sa COVID-19.
Yeah. So again, yung course ko, development communication, no. So it's really directly, it's how do I say it? It's very much relevant to the work that I'm doing right now. Probably in relevance in a scale of 1 to 10, 11. It's 11 over 10. Backgrounder on my kind of work right now. So I'm with the DOH, I'm with the Health Promotion Bureau. Ang ginagawa namin almost all around, we write press releases, speeches, we do the videos that you see, kami nagsusulat ng script nun, kami din nagde-develop in-house, most of them. We do design, we manage the social media pages of DOH. We also manage partnerships with different social media networks, for example, Facebook, TikTok. So yun, all around talaga. And as DevCom, really our task is to make this technical information that we have accessible to the public. So it's basically turning the technical in the layman. Ang ginagawa natin is we bridge the doctors to the ordinary people, to the general public rather. So halimbawa, sabi ng doktor, COVID-19 ay papasa through droplet transmission. So ano yung droplet transmission? Hindi yun maintindihan ng regular person, no? Even me without a medical background, I won't understand that. So ang sasabihin natin is COVID-19 ay naipapasa sa pamamagitan ng talsik ng laway kapag tayo ay nagsasalita, umuubo o bumabahing. So that's that way people understand it. Or like for example, yung preventive measures for COVID-19, magsuot ng mask, isanitize ang kamay. Before, especially nung start pa lang ng pandemic, hindi pa natin yun alam. So we had to create a campaign na makakapture lahat ng key behaviors on preventing COVID-19. And hence, Be the Solution sa COVID-19 campaign was born. So Be the Solution, it aims to empower people to be the solution to COVID-19 by practicing BIDA, which is BIDA. So B, bawal walang mask, I, isanitize ang kamay, A, alamin ang totoong impormasyon, D, dumistansya ng isang metro. So yun, that's really the line of work of DevCom, people like us, to make all of this technical information palatable to the public. And siguro, I would just like to prove my point na napakahalaga ng DevCom by saying na many government institutions, in particular, for some posts, they're particularly looking for DevCom graduates sa mga job post nila, no? So naghahanap talaga sila na yun yung kursong tinapos. So I encourage all of our audience right now na i-search nyo na agad kung ano yung development communication, especially yung mga interested in taking communication course.
All right, no? So Paulo, maraming salamat sa trabaho na ginagawa mo for DOH, at in general, you're really trying to give the public a clear messaging system para maunawaan nila kung ano yung dapat mangyari at dapat nating gawin. But today you are simply a good message for DevCom, no, for the discipline of development communication. So thank you for the work that you do at the DOH. Doc Rina, ikaw naman po.
Ako naman, siyempre nung ako'y naging estudyante nga, no, sabi ko, nagbago yung buhay ko nung third year student na ako dito sa UPLB. Nung nagsimula akong sumali sa mga medical mission, extension service, no. Nakita ko talaga kung gaano kahalaga yung profession namin. So ipapromote ko na rin ang veterinary medicine. Kasi nga, aside from food safety, food security din ang kailangan naming i-address. Tapos, nung ako'y naging faculty ng 2006, napasok ako sa administration mula 2011, medyo nakulangan na ako ng oras sa community work. But I made sure na dahil Monday to Friday ay ang role ko ay administrador, gusto ko naman yung weekends ko ay nasa community service. So nung time na yon, ang gusto ng Pilipinas ay mapugsa yung rabies. So ang goal natin ay zero rabies sa Pilipinas. Kaya umiikot talaga kami para tulungan ang mga communities sa libreng bakuna. Tapos merong yung pagkakapon kasi kailangan nating i-address din yung population ng mga stray animals. Itong 2020 ay sabi ko nga parang doon ko nakita yung life's purpose ko at saka talagang nabago yung buhay ko. Kasi January pa lang, hindi na ako college secretary. So sabi ko, teka, parang hindi ko na alam kung paano ko uli sisimulan yung buhay ko sa UPLB. Sakto nung January 12, pumutok nga ang Taal. Alam natin na sa Batangas, napaka-importante ng mga hayop, mga farm animals no sa kabuhayan ng ating mga kababayan doon. Hindi na ako nag-atubili, talagang on my own initiative, kahit delikado, talagang nag-volunteer ako kasi maraming danger areas, permanent danger zones na limited lang din yung access. So buti napasama ako doon sa grupo, Project Taal. Kami yung iilan lang na napayagan na talagang mag-conduct ng mga emergency animal response sa Batangas. At mula January hanggang March, yun yung naging buhay ko. 4 to 5 days in a week, nasa Batangas ako. Madaling araw, pupunta na ako doon. Uwi ako dito, magagabi na, tapos tutulog lang. Kasi wala tayong classes doon na suspend. Nung nag-resume yung classes, ayokong putulin yung engagement namin sa community. Sinasama ko na yung mga estudyante ko. So yun yung nakita ko rin na hindi na lang talaga pag guro ka, hindi lang para sa pangsarili mo, gusto mo rin talaga na maging inspirasyon at mabago mo rin yung buhay ng mga estudyante mo. Ang importante din ay ma-expose yung mga students namin sa community activities, community service, kasi ang gusto natin, pagka-graduate nila ay maglingkod din sila sa bayan. Tapos, yun nga, natigil yung aming animal response dahil sa COVID. Ako, ayokong, siguro pag gano'n kapag volunteer ka, no, ayaw mong nasa bahay ka lang kasi parang alam mong meron kang magagawa. Tapos ang daming nangangailangan ng tulong. So nagkaroon ng Oplan Kawingan sa UPLB. Ang ginawa namin, yung mga stranded na mga estudyante, tinulungan namin, naghahatid kami ng mga pagkain. Tapos ako naman ay graduate ng Organic Agriculture sa UPOU. Di ba nung COVID, hirap tayo makahanap ng pagkain natin. Buti sana kung meron tayong tanim. So sabi ko dun sa mga kapwa ko volunteers, sana makatulong naman tayo sa ibang communities para mabigyan natin sila ng pagkain. Ayun, binuo namin yung programa na binhi ng pag-unlad. Yung binhi, hindi lamang seeds, no? Pero binhi to empower communities. Kaya sa Kabuyaw kami, nagkaroon ng community garden na simulan namin. Sila ay mga informal settlers na nung COVID talaga, hirap na nga sila sa buhay. Tapos nung tumama yung pandemya, wala talaga sila mapagkunan ng pagkain. Kaya ngayon natutuwa kami kasi aside from having a source of food, pati livelihood, no, meron na silang naibebenta. Alam ko meron tayong mga naihanda yata dito na ilang mga videos or photos para lang mapakita natin. Ito ay no? So, we were given siguro mga 2 to 4 hours in a day para pumunta doon sa mga permanent danger zones. Handa kami dapat kasi ang daming klaseng disina, pagkain, tubig. Kasi nga, ang mga hayop ay talagang natabunan ng abo. Ito naman yung community tales na binanggit ko dati. So we are capitalizing on the power of the human-animal bond, no, for mutual healing. Yan, na-feature din yung story namin sa CNN Philippines. So marami kaming partnerships with universities and companies, private companies. So ito yung latest program namin, Binhi ng Pag-unlad. Ang una naming community garden ay pinangalanan naming Hardin ni Nanay kasi ang mga miyembro namin dito ay mga nanay talaga sa Kabuyaw. At ito yung second site namin, dumadami ang aming mga miyembro. So yun ang maganda, no? Yun ang maganda. Ito naman ay nabalitaan ng Canada yung kwento at nung COVID kung paano natin natulungan ang mga communities. So sa February, ma-feature ang ating kwento. Kaya nakakatuwa, ang laking utang na loob ko din sa UPLB kasi ngayon, naranasan ko na hindi ka na lang talaga mangangarap para sa sarili mo, kundi para sa ibang tao.
Wow, napakaganda ng kwento mo, Doc Rina. No? Can I just say, naluluha din ako. Thank you very much for sharing that. You are a force of good powered by UP Education. So maraming salamat sa ibinahagi mo. So, at sana ay, and I'm sure, maraming na-inspire sa ating mga nanonood ngayon kung bakit ba dapat UP at UPLB ang kanilang pipiliin. So ngayon, bago tayo pumunta sa susunod na bahagi ng ating programa ngayong umaga, ay nais ko kayong tanungin. Kausapin ninyo yung ating mga nanonood ngayon sa atin mula sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, senior high school students, nangangarap na mabago din yung kanilang buhay, nangangarap na lumawak ang kanilang kaisipan at makapag-aral at maabot din ang mga nais nila sa buhay. Ano ang maipapayo mo sa kanila para piliin ang kurso na naiisip nila at ang UP at ang UPLB? Simulan natin sa iyo, Jim.
Wow. Napaka laking ano no, yung kinikwento ni Doc Rina, very very encouraging, and hopefully that really kind of shows the underlying tones that UPLB has, no. Kahit anong degree ang pipiliin mo, yung utak at puso para sa bayan nandyan talaga, nai-instill yan. You will be in the place where mabubuo ang puso mo para sa bayan at makikita mo mamumulat ka rin sa societal issues na kailangan mong na pwede mong i-address, no. And I think yung masabi ko talaga, no, yung sinabi ni Sir Mo na lalawak din yung perspective mo sa buhay at sa nation building. That's one thing that's really crucial. Kasi lalo na sa field ng agriculture, the very reason kung bakit pumasok ako dito sa IT you know, intersection, so to speak, dahil doon sa undergrad na thesis practicum ko, no. Kasi 1 month ako nag-immerse sa bundok na may kasama mga farmers, and nakita ko ano yung issues ng mga farmers in terms of how they get, sometimes are taken advantage of by the market economics, no. So makikita mo ano yung mga pressures, ano yung societal issues across the supply chain in agriculture. And for me, yun ang nagiging bone of my, passion in terms of ano ang solutions kailangan magawa para sa agrikultura at ano ang kakayanan ng IT at digital solutions para mai-address itong mga issues na to. And so ang natutuwa lang po ako na yung isang ni-recommend ko na maliit na bullet point sa undergrad ko ay ito na rin ang ginagawa ko dito sa 8th layer, no. Ito na yung ang pina-pursue namin. Kasi dito namin hopefully makita at maisagawa ang solution na pwedeng i-connect ang financial capacity building ng mga farmers, farm management, economic trading, price setting na may puso, hindi siya taken advantage of by market economics. So really, bakit UPLB? Because you will have the heart and the mind for the country na you will develop yourself to be the person that this country needs. So hopefully, pipiliin nyo ang UPLB. Hopefully, pipiliin nyo rin ang BS Agriculture kasi lahat tayo kumakain at kailangan ng future generations ng sustainable and nutritious food.
Ano naman ang maipapayo mo sa amin, Kuya Paulo?
Yes. So Doc Mo, gusto ko lang tanungin yung audience natin, no, for a few while. Sino sa inyo ang sure na makakapag-college? Pwede ba kayong mag-comment dun sa ating live feed? Yan. Or sige, kahit i-comment nyo lang dyan. So I just wanna congratulate you already and consider yourself privileged, no? Kasi hindi lahat ay may oportunidad para mag-aral at lalo na the UP education, no? So next question, sino naman dito ang free to choose o makakapili ng sarili nilang course o course na gusto nila? Yan. So kung may freedom kayo to choose your course, that's another privilege. So I want to congratulate you already again kasi hindi lahat din ay makakapili ng course na gusto nila. Yung iba kung ano lang probably kung ano lang yung may support ng scholarship, ano lang yung limited lang yung options nila. So, hindi lahat ay may freedom. Now, for all of you na sino rito yung sure na sa course na kukunin nila? And sige, sabihin niyo na rin kung anong course na gusto niyong kunin kung sure na kayo. Yan. So, sa mga hindi pa sure, okay lang yan. So, I think you'll figure it out later. But for me, ang tips ko lang in choosing the course, the right course for you is one, again, yung na-mention ko kanina is to find the intersection between what you want and what you're good at. And try to imagine yourself decades nga down the line. So think with the end in mind. Ano ba ang nakikita mong ginagawa mo 30 years from now? Pagtanda mo, anong legacy yung gusto mong iwan sa mga kakilala mo, sa bansa? Saan mo gustong makilala? Saan ka may pinakamalaking, kumbaga parang feeling mo pinaka may impact ka? Yun. And then probably a last practical advice would be consult with a mentor. Kasi napakahalaga ng advice na makukuha mo sa mentor. A mentor could be a teacher, a friend, someone who really knows you, knows what you want, what you're good at. And kung confused ka pa ngayon, I think it would be really helpful to ask that person. Kasi siya talaga yung makakakilala sa'yo and that person could direct you to the right path. So yun lang. I want to wish everyone good luck in their application and choosing a course. And sana i-consider nyo yung development communication.
Okay, maraming salamat Paolo at marami nang sumasagot sa ating Facebook sa Facebook question mo. Marami ka nang na-inspire pero mukhang may runaway winner na. Pakinggan natin si Doc Rina sa kanyang mga payo sa mga applicants natin.
Salamat sa lahat ng gustong maging veterinaryo. Napaka-importante at kailangan natin talaga ng mas madaming veterinaryo dito sa Pilipinas. Ang maipapayo ko lamang sa inyo ay huwag kayong matakot mangarap at huwag kayong matakot abutin yung mga pangarap nyo kahit ang daming pagsubok. Gaya nga nung sabi ko sa inyo, gusto ko talaga maging veterinaryo dati pero dahil kapos kami sa financial na aspeto, ay hindi ko naman binitawan yung pangarap na yon. At ngayon, masaya ako kung nasaan ako. Ngayon, hindi dahil sobrang yaman ko, hindi pala doon nahahanap ang tunay na kaligayahan, kung hindi yung talagang makapagsilbi ka sa bayan. So siguro yun yung tatak UP. At gaya nga nung sabi ng aking isang matalik na kaibigan, ang UPLB, ang ibig daw sabihin ng UPLB ay utak, puso, lingkod, bayan.
Mahusay na pagpapaliwanag yan. Maraming salamat, Doc Rina. Bago ko lamang i-integrate ang ating session ngayong umaga, nais ko lang banggitin yung ilan sa mga sumagot sa tanong ni Kuya Paolo, si John Castor Aguirre, DVM po. So makakasama mo dun si Doc Rina. Sam Edrel Batalon, sabi niya gusto niya ring mag-DVM. Congratulations. John Miguel Santos. By the way, hindi ito pangako na may place na kayo. Gusto lang nating liwanagin ito, hindi ito raffle. Si VJ Hans Tuason, BS Bio. Si Charmaine, na-inspire siya sa sinabi ni Paolo, intersection of what you want and what you are good at. Syempre, may panalo din na-inspire din si Jim. Marilu Abitan is intending to take BS Agriculture at meron din nagsulat dito, tago natin siya sa pangalang Jim Leandro Cano. Sabi niya, hindi naman daw siya nag-DVM kasi BS Agriculture siya, pero nagmahal naman siya ng isang DVM. So si Jim yan, yung ating kasama ngayong umaga. So it's a win-win solution. Nag-aral ka na sa UPLB, na-meet mo pa yung minahal mo na taga-DVM. Di ba, Jim?
Yes po.
All right. So it's been a pleasure talking to you, Jim, Paolo, and Doc Rina. And as we have noted here, marami tayo na mga na-inspire na mga estudyante na gustong mag-aral dito sa UP Los Baños. At although this is really my first time to meet all of you, I'd like to thank each one of you for sharing us your story, and while listening to your personal stories, I just realized that I felt so privileged joining you this morning because through Jim, with all your experiences, you've shown us that here you are, a UP student who is now a trailblazing leader in agri-tech. And that means a lot I'm sure for the mentors that you have mentioned a while ago. And of course, nagpapasalamat tayo kay Paulo for making things better, one clear message at a time sa DOH. Hindi natin siguro alam kung gaano karaming tao ang natulungan natin na hindi mahawa ng COVID-19 at mas maging maayos ang pagkilos nila para malabanan natin ang pandemya na ito. And again, Doc Rina, thank you very much for sharing us your story. While watching it, I just realized that you are a woman of science, but is not just a woman of science, but also a force of good. It is science for a good cause. So thank you very much. And syempre, kung ako mismo na-inspire dun sa kwento ninyo, I'm sure maraming mga senior high school students ang maeengganyo na piliin ang mga kurso sa UP Los Baños. Diyan nagtatapos ang ating session ngayong umaga. Ma'am She, ano nang next natin?
Thank you so much, Sir Mo, Sir Jim, Sir Pao, Doc Rina. Talagang ang dami po nating natutunan. Ang daming na-inspire, grabe. Medyo naluluha-luha pa po kami sa mga shinare po ninyo. Parang sobrang sarap maging parte ng UPLB dahil po sa inyo na nakasama namin dito. Kaya nga po up close, no? Up close and personal. Ang dami naming nalaman from all of you guys. So Sir Mo, ang susunod po natin ay icebreaker lang ng konti and then diretso na po tayo sa session 2 ng ating webinar series. Alright, so let's have a short breaker. Sa mga expert na po magmenti.com, alam nyo na po ha, you know the drill, you know what to do. Sa mga ngayon pa lang po gagamit ng platform na ito, don't worry, napakadali lamang po ito. First step, you have to open a new browser or new window and go to www.menti.com. Second is use our key code, which is 918605 and then 7. You can also see that on your screen, guys. Then answer the 2 questions there. Let me also post the link on our Facebook Live so you could, para po dun sa mga ngayon pa lang susubok, ay makapunta na po kayo agad doon sa ating link. So now let me share my screen so we could see the live results of our Mentimeter. Okay, let me just check. Ayan, so the first question is, what are you most grateful this year, 2021? So, bagong taon na, no? So, ano ba yung pinagpapasalamat mo nung pumasok ang taong 2021? So, there are choices there. First is family. Second is life. Third is good health. Fourth, love. #sana all. And then fifth is good friends, community. And then last one is opportunities or blessings. Okay? So far, we are seeing on our screen, nangunguna ang family with 21 respondents. We have 59, 60 respondents. Ayan, sige. Paubutin ba natin ng kaya ba ng 100? Okay, so far, family pa rin. Then second is life. Oo nga, no? Bawat araw, we have to be grateful and thankful every day. Sabi nga ng aking husband, ang kanyang hashtag sa buhay ay grateful, thankful every day. Kasi talaga ngayong pandemic at ngayong challenging talaga yung mga sitwasyon, bawat pagising natin ay isang biyaya, especially yung ating family. And then, ayan, meron tayong pangatlo, yung opportunities and blessings. And of course, good health. Merong 4 na love, di ba? Pwede namang all of the above, di ba? Pero ano ba yung pinagpapasalamat mo? So, ayan, 108 na. Maraming salamat po sa nag-participate sa ating Mentimeter. Second question, let's see. Ayan, ito yung tanong kanina ni Sir Pao. Sabi niya, or ni Kuya Pao, sigurado ka na ba sa kursong kukuhanin mo sa college? Okay? Ang mga sagot, yes, maybe, No or I don't know. To be honest, yung mga nag-registered po natin, medyo marami-rami yung nagsabing medyo undecided pa sila, confused pa sila kung ano yung kukuhanin nilang course sa college. That's why nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong RPBB na we usually conduct this ng face-to-face, but because of the pandemic, we have to move it online. All right. So, next up, ayan, meron tayong 98, 100. Oh, madami ang yes. 46. And then merong maybe. 45. Meron ding no, 7. And then merong I don't know, 13. So hopefully after this webinar series ay talagang maliwanagan at talagang makita nyo yung tunay na kurso na para sa iyo. At hopefully UPLB yung maging piliin nyo. Alright. Once again, thank you so much for participating in our Mentimeter. At sigurado ako na marami pa tayong magiging mga Mentimeter sa mga susunod pa nating webinar. So thank you so much for participating. Moving forward, let us now proceed with our second session entitled WazzzUP? Why choose UPLB? So to start the session, let us all watch this video first.
UPLB feels like home.
The warm and friendly people.
The professors are experts in the field.
The enriching experiences that one gets to enjoy.
Learning here is expensive and gives me great value for money.
The diverse and the cosmopolitan nature of the graduate community makes me to learn much more in my classes.
Apart from being a top university, UPLB also enables me to study so close to nature. The environment is intellectually stimulating, and the scenery is refreshing and reinvigorating.
One can easily strike a perfect work-life balance studying in UPLB. Done with the reading for the day, take a spin around the campus on a bike or hike to the Botanic Gardens, to the gateway to Makiling, or take in and experience the beauty and excellence of the Filipino cultural performances and expression.
UPLB is found at the foot of Mount Makiling Forest Reserve, an ASEAN Heritage Park. This is part of the reason why we have a clean and green campus. UPLB and Mount Makiling, which UPLB administers, showcase our commitment to biodiversity conservation.
UPLB was the school of choice for me and my friends because we knew it is an excellent university for those who seek a career in science and engineering.
UPLB values quality education. Hence, it's actively pursuing quality assurance at both the program and institutional levels. A number of our pioneering and major undergraduate programs have already been certified by the ASEAN University Network Quality Assurance.
We have institutionalized new UPLB graduate programs in niche areas that are designed for interdisciplinary collaboration, not only locally, but also internationally.
In line with its internationalization efforts, UPLB hosts the only Philippine campus of the Nagoya University Asian Satellite Campus of the Nagoya University Asian Satellite Campuses Institute, where I'm currently undertaking my Doctor of Philosophy in International Development degree.
Locally, we've been offering several off-campus graduate programs. We have also established our presence in Panabo City, Davao del Norte in Mindanao, through the UP Professional School for Agriculture and the Environment.
I am here to study agriculture in UPLB because I believe I can learn so much in order to help my country. I think that when I finish my program and leave UPLB, I'll be better equipped to help solve the food security situation in my country.
I am here because UPLB has a very good reputation and offers a course that I'm interested in. I'm taking a PhD in Extension Education, which is also recognized in my country. What I especially like is that the professors are both academically very competent and supportive.
The UPLB programs are relevant because these are based on the realities on the ground. and were produced through a carefully thought process, combining theory and practice. We champion a strong disciplinal and interdisciplinary lens in understanding and providing profound solutions to complex societal problems. UPLB is known for strong research culture that informs instruction and capacity building.
The Philippines and the rest of the world is facing complex challenges in food security, biodiversity loss, climate change, public health, and environmental degradation. We in UPLB are always in our toes so that we can prepare and provide the necessary solutions to these challenges by way of our curricular programs.
So what are you waiting for? Look up UPLB's 28 undergraduate degree programs or its over 100 graduate degree programs at uplb.edu.ph. File that application for admission and experience what it's like to study in UPLB.
All right, there you have it. Now, for our next speaker for this morning, he wears multiple hats today po because he is also our online webinar director for this webinar series. It is an honor to introduce to you our next speaker and a very dear friend of Team LRC. He is the director of UPLB Office of Public Relations and an assistant professor in the Department of Development Broadcasting and Telecommunications at the College of Development Communication here in UPLB. Here to share with us why choosing UP Los Baños is a great choice. Let us please welcome Professor Mark Lester M. Chico. Sir Chico, please take it away.
Thank you very much, Ashe. Good morning, everybody. It's so happy to join you this Wednesday morning. Wednesday ba? Wednesday ngayon, di ba? On Facebook at nagpapasalamat po kami na nandito kayo ngayong araw para pakinggan yung ating iba't ibang mga kwento at storya kung bakit nga ba natin dapat piliin ang UP at particular na ang UPLB para sa ating mga nais magpatuloy ng ating pag-aaral patungo ng kolehiyo. So sa ating mga grades 11 and 12, so far doon sa mga ikinuwento ng ating mga panelists kanina kasama si Sir Mo, ay marahil ay naisip nyo na no, kung ano yung mga degree programs na maaari ninyong puntahan. Yung DVM, DevCom, at saka Agriculture, tatlo lamang yan sa napakaraming kursong kayang i-offer sa inyo ng UP Los Baños. Pero bukod doon, ang ating Chancellor, Dr. Jose V. Camacho Jr. kanina, o ang tawag namin sa kanya si CJ, ay nagbigay din ng mga rason kung bakit UPLB ang dapat ninyong piliin. At isa na nga dyan, no, yung pinagyayabang natin, ang mga kurso natin, ay nakapasa sa isang sabihin na natin na test ng mga courses, no, yung ASEAN University Network, no, Quality Assurance. Anong ibig sabihin nito para sa atin? Ang ibig sabihin, ang mga kurso ng UPLB ay at par o halos ka-level ng iba't ibang mga kurso na ino-offer sa ating rehiyon, no, sa Southeast Asia. Dahil dito, yung mga estudyanteng gaya ninyo ay maaaring mag-move from one country to another. Kung nais man ninyong magtrabaho sa labas ng bansa, ay assured kayo na yung competencies na makukuha ninyo dito sa UP Los Baños ay kapareho ng mga competencies na kailangan sa mga opportunities na ino-offer sa ibang bansa. Pero more than that, ipinapakita rin ito na kayang makipagsabayan ng UP Los Baños at ng buong UP system sa iba't ibang mga universidad sa buong mundo. And in fact, nasa level 60 na tayo, no, sa ating mga university rankings. Pero alam nyo, yung mga nabanggit kanina tungkol sa mga technical na bagay, tungkol sa mga centers of excellence, medyo hindi ko na yan i-highlight. Mas gusto kong puntahan ngayon kung ano ba ang meron sa UPLB at bakit ito ang dapat kong piliin na campus. You know, to tell you honestly, when I was choosing a campus, doon sa UPCAT ko, kasi noon may UPCAT pa. Ngayong taon na ito, wala po tayong UPCAT, no, dahil sa pandemya, no? Pero ang UP Admissions Office ay merong ginagawang pamamaraan upang masiguro na equitable yung access sa UP education. So I think marahil, no, yung iba sa inyo o marami na sa inyo ang nag-register na or nag-sign up na, no, at nag-submit ng kanilang mga requirements. Ang unang pinili ko nung ako ang nag-UPCAT ay UP Diliman, Business Administration and Accountancy, at ang kasunod naman ay BS Computer Science. Kasi graduate ako ng isang computer school dito sa San Pablo City, Laguna, kung saan ako naroon ngayon. No? Pero ang second choice ko, UP Los Baños. Ang una kong choice, Communication Arts, at ang pangalawa ay Development Communication. Kasi ang sabi sa akin ng mga teacher ko nung high school, magaling daw ako sa English. So parang pag English, communication daw. Pero ang isang advice ko sa inyo ay, wag nyo rin minsan, kumbaga balansihin ninyo yung mga payong makukuha ninyo sa ibang tao. Kasi yung puso nyo rin pala ang magdidikta kung saan kayo papunta. Puso ang magdidikta. Ano bang ibig sabihin yan? Noon pa lang naniniwala na ako na magaling ako sa math. Kasi ang tataas ng grades ko sa math courses ko nung high school, no. Pero hindi ako yung best in math kasi hindi ko kayang mag-compute ng nakapikit, hindi gaya nung naging best in math sa amin. So sa madaling sabi, hindi ako, but the heart is deceitful din daw, sabi ni Jim. Kano, ikaw talaga ha. Pero nung nagpunta ako, noong nag-upkat na, alam nyo bang hindi ako naging qualifier? O yan. So itong kwento na ito ay para ngayon sa mga estudyante na, sige, kung hindi man ako pumasok sa UP or sa UPLB, pero bakit pa rin ako mag-UPLB? Okay. Alam mo, ang sabi sa akin noon sa registrar's office, kung math-related course daw ang kinuha ko, pasok ako. So, pinagwe-waitlist nila ako noon. No? So, sabi, ito na yung pupuntahan din natin na maraming paraan para makapasok sa UP at sa UPLB. So, pwede kayong maging transferee. Pero dahil noon, at gaya ng sinabi ni Dr. Jean Loyola kanina, no, hindi lahat ng mga valedictorian, salutatorian, ay agad-agad parang makakapasok, madaling makakasurvive. I was a high school valedictorian. And you know the pressure na parang makapasok ka dapat sa UP. So sa madaling sabi, hindi ako nakapasok sa UP. Ang waitlist ko, ang ina-advise nila sa akin, kumuha ako ng math-related course. Pero nung time na yun, dahil ang sinabi sa akin ng mga teacher ko, hindi English dapat communication kasi parang hindi ako pang math. So, tapos dahil valedictorian ako, may pressure na hindi ako dapat tumigil sa pag-aaral, dapat dire-diretso. So, nagpunta ako sa ibang school kasi ang ino-offer na waitlist pang second sem. Hindi ko yun binili yung idea na mag-second sem na waitlist, no? Pero sabi ko nga, yung puso mo pa rin yung susundan mo. Gusto ko pa rin nun na mag-UP at particular UPLB. Kasi gaya din ni na Chancellor, ni na Dr. G, ni na Doc Rina, at marami sa aming mga estudyante, hindi rin kami nakaririwasa. No? Galing din kami sa isang payak na pamilya. At noong time na yon, bracket 5, no? Naalala ko bracket 5 yung sa socialized tuition ng UP, no? So paano ako nakapasok at bakit UPLB yung pinili ko? Sinundan ko yung puso ko. Nung panahon na yon, may isang tao na kailangan kong sundan. Alright. So com arts siya, com arts. So yun yung isa sa mga nag-drive. Actually, hindi pa si Anli, Doc Rina. Oo, pero ito na si Anli, my wife who also graduated from UPLB. No? So, sundan daw yung puso. So, may isang taga-com arts noon. She was actually a high school, an elementary friend, and then high school, hanggang sa nag-com arts na siya. So, yun yung sinasabi kong sundan yung puso. Pero when you go to UPLB, marami ka pa rin makikilala, marami ka pa rin marirealize mula sa magandang campus na hindi ko maibenta sa inyo ngayon dahil alam ko na ang konteksto natin ngayon ay you will be working remotely. So nasa inyo kayong mga bahay o nasa ibang lugar kayo kung saan malakas yung internet or nasa lugar kayo kung saan mas makakapag-aral kayo outside your homes. Although, ang maganda dito ay meron na unti-unti naman, no? Gradually we are reopening. In fact, kailangan lamang ng permiso mula sa CHED at sa IATF para makapag-conduct ng mga face-to-face classes. At yan ay pinaghahandaan ng universidad. So, sinundan ko yung puso ko hanggang sa napunta ako So nag-transfer ako after 1 year, no? So kinalimutan mo yung 1 year na nag-aral ako ng computer engineering because, well, I believe I was good at math and I thought I was good at math, no? Kaya lang hindi pala ako magaling sa drawing. So mahirap yung mga drawing ng engineering. So sinundan ko yung puso ko, napunta ako sa UPLB, at yung puso ko rin pala ang sinasabi sa akin, hindi ka pang business ad, hindi ka rin computer engineering or computer science. Mukhang doon ka talaga sa malapit sa tao at malapit din sa pagkukwento. At napunta ako, at kahit com arts yung tao na gusto kong sundan, parang may point din na, ay, kailangan ko yung iwasan. So napunta ako sa DevCom. So sa DevCom ako nag-transfer, no? So hanggang sa, eto na, napunta ako sa DevCom. I was a broadcasting major. Dr. Benji Flores, the LRC director, is my mentor. Kaya tama yung sinasabi ni Paolo kanina na you have to find someone who will mentor you kasi napaka-importante nun. And that is one reason why you should choose UPLB. Kasi sa UP Los Baños, napakadaling humanap ng mentor. At kapag minentor ka noong tao na yon, mas mabibigyan ka ng pagkakataon na makita ang iba't ibang bagay sa mundo. At yun din isang magandang rason kung bakit ka magpupunta sa UP at particular na sa UPLB. Kasi hindi ka nakakahon sa isang pag-iisip lamang o sa isang pananaw lamang. No? Na dahil sa napakalawak naming campus, mula bundok hanggang lawa, pwede mong puntahan para makapag-isip at makapagbigay ng sarili mo, no? The oblation, the selfless service para sa ibang mga tao. But, dun sa pagsunod sa puso, kasi ang sinasabi nga natin ay, ano ba yung rason bakit pupunta ako sa isang campus na malayo sa Maynila or malayo sa lugar namin? Bukod sa the fact that, well, you will be doing remote learning, no? Remote teaching and learning. Dahil din nga doon sa mga tao, no? Na nasa UP Los Baños. Ang sasabihin ko sa inyo, ibang-iba yung komunidad ng Los Baños sa komunidad ng iba't ibang mga constituent units. At least kami, we can talk about how we can feel na iisa kami kapag taga-UPLB kami. Kahit saan kami magkita, malaman lang na LB ka, magko-connect na yan, may spark na agad, automatic na agad yon, no? I remember when I worked in Manila, in Makati in particular, kapag naglalakad ako sa kahabaan ng Makati Avenue at ng Ayala Avenue, or dumadaan ako sa ilalim ng ano bang tawag doon, sa underpass, may makasalubong lang ako kahit hindi ko talaga kilala ang pangalan o ang course niya or whatever, alam mo na UPLB eh. Nagmi-meet yung mata ninyo, no? So, sa online, medyo maaaring hindi nyo yan magawa kasi alam nyo naman na ang mamimit nyo lang talaga yung mga kaklase ninyo, no? Pero iba ang komunidad ng UP Los Baños. Parang you are assured that anywhere you go, there's someone from UPLB who will help you, who will give you a sense of family or a sense of community. Ngayong araw na ito, marami kaming tao sa loob ng Zoom space at gusto ko silang tawagin isa-isa para magbigay sa inyo kung bakit, ng dahilan kung bakit UPLB yung pipiliin ninyo, no? Lalo na sa mga grades 11 and 12. So, iniimbitahan ko sila na mag-turn on ng kanilang camera at ito yung komunidad na sinasabi ko sa inyo. At si Josh ay ipapakita sa inyo in gallery view kung gaano kami karaming magkakasama dito sa UP Los Baños. Alright, so simulan natin sa aming Senior RPBB. Wow! Mamutya, ikaw yung tinutukoy ko. Mamutya, nasaan ka ba? Si Mamutya, ang College Secretary ng College of Forestry and Natural Resources. Mamutya, sabihin mo naman sa amin ang dahilan why UPLB.
Hello, magandang tanghali sa ating lahat. Okay? Dahil sa ako ang pinaka-senior, kaya ako unang tinawag ni Chico. But anyway, isang makakalikasang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ako ay mula sa Kolehiyo ng Paggugubat at Likas Yaman, College of Forestry and Natural Resources. So ang tanong, bakit ang UPLB? Unang-una, when I entered, that was long time ago, in 1971. I'm proud of my age. Anyway, okay, of course, UP, bakit still the #1 university dito. Diba? So for academic excellence, of course, ang pipiliin ko noon yung pinakamahusay na universidad. At dahil galing din ako sa isang mahirap na pamilya, kailangan kong pumasok sa isang universidad na may mga ino-offer na scholarship. Na, nice to know, ako naman ay nakakuha nitong scholarship na ito. And I'm very proud of this. Okay. So, as I went on after graduation, nakapagturo, ngayon nga, College Secretary of the CFNR for 13 years already. So, masasabi ko, ay napakalaking bagay na sa UPLB kayo mag-aaral. Kasi dito, bukod sa excellence, pati honor, we really value much honor. At we are family. Tayo ay nasa isang pamilya. Hopefully, magkaroon kayo ng chance na magkaroon ng face-to-face classes. Kasi talagang dito nyo makikita yung sinasabi nga ni Chico na talagang dito ay may kultura ng pagiging malapit sa isa't isa. Lalo na siguro doon sa aking koleyo kasi naandun kami sa medyo paanan ng bundok Makiling. So kami ay may sariling parang upper campus. So when you go to forestry, ito ang aming sign.
Sign.
#1, ha? Going up to...
Yes.
So very conducive for learning. So nasa paligid ka ng mga puno. So I hope kayo ay maengganyo namin na dito sa UPLB mag-aral. Maraming salamat.
Literal na nowhere to go but up pag si Ma'am Mutya ang nagsasalita, no? Pero alam nyo, si Ma'am Mutya, si Dr. Benji Flor, at si Dr. Rina De Luna, no, mga college secretary sila. At kung makikita ninyo no, sa paraan ng kanilang pananalita, yung kanilang genuine care for the students, laging nandyan. At mararamdaman ninyo na inaalagaan kayo lagi. Hindi tatagal si Ma'am Mutya bilang college secretary kung wala yung motherly care na yon, no, na meron sa kanya. So, Mamutya, maraming salamat. Pupuntahan ko si Sir RJ, ang ating professor mula sa Development Veterinary tuloy, sa Doctor of Veterinary Medicine sa College of VetMed. Sir RJ, ikaw naman, why UPLB?
Oo, magandang umaga ulit sa ating lahat. Alam niyo ako ay probinsyano, Ilocano. And gusto ko noon, well, back in kung 1971 si Ma'am Mutya, ako 1981 naman pumasok sa UPLB. And ang gusto ko talaga ay yung kakaiba. So yun yung nakita ko sa UPLB, kakaiba at saka mukhang exciting mag-aral dito. So talagang #1 na campus ang may choices noon #1 ang UPLB. Okay? Tama na muna yan sa ngayon. Sa Friday magkita-kita tayo ulit. Sasabihin ko naman ang tungkol sa VetMed. Thank you.
Yan. Alright, Sir RJ, maraming salamat. O di ba kung yan ang mga teachers na makikita ninyo online, sigurado mas maeengganyo kayo mag-aral. O eto naman, hindi lang yan sa galing, sa talino, sa care, pati sa beauty, pati sa pananamit, at sa ito pang isang very caring at lagi yung makikita na very pleasant, no? Ang aking mentor si Ma'am Benji Flor, ang director ng LRC at dati ring college secretary ng DEFCO. Ma'am Benj, why UPLB? You are a UPLB alumna from BS, MS to PhD. Why?
Well, sa totoo lang, talagang wala naman akong balak pumasok sa UP. Pero, well, tatawagin ko itong kaganapan. Kasi ang tatay ko, dating nag-aral sa UPLB, 1939, panahon ng giyera. So, hindi siya graduate. So, masama loob niya at hindi siya graduate. So, naghahanap siya ng anak na pwedeng magpatuloy na mag-aral sa UP. 11 kaming magkakapatid. So out of 11, ako lang yung nangahas, ako yung ika-9 na mag-UP. Kasi nga natatakot, mahirap, malayo. So yung mga fears na taga-Jensan ako So ang alam ng mga tao, pag taga-Jensan
General Santos City in Mindanao.
Yes. Pagka ikaw ay taga South Cotabato or Cotabato for that matter, ikaw ay mamamatay tao. Ganun yung perception sa amin. Kaya ayaw namin pumunta ng Maynila. So ako yung nangahas na, o sige na nga, mag-UP na nga ako, matuloy na lang ang pangarap mo. So hanggang ngayon, nandito ako sa UP.
Yes, all right. So, isa yan noon sa mga dahilan. At sabi nga ni Jana yung nasa Facebook natin na parang reconsideration is also one reason. All right. Si Josh at si She. Si Josh nasa likod natin yan, lagi nagtatrabaho sa mga webinar. Kayo, bakit UPLB ang pinili ninyong campus noon? Sa dami ng campuses ng UP.
Ate, ikaw ba muna ako?
Go,
Sige
Josh.
po. Okay. Siguro po, Sir Chico, kung bakit ko po pinili ang UP, una sa lahat po siguro is proximity kasi taga Kalamba po ako. Pero yung pinaka tumatak po sa akin kung bakit UPLB is the environment, yung peacefulness ng the conduciveness of for learning ng nasa panan ka ng Mount Makiling, na maraming puno, and I think that is a very good factor on why I chose UPLB, yung environment, yung nature, yung pag-imbibe ng both ng university at ng nature dito sa UPLB.
Alright. O She, ikaw naman, yan bang mga bulaklak sa tabi mo ang rason?
Ako naman, sir, aside from proximity, there are two other things. Parang UPLB is family. For me, it's really family. Kapag nandito ka sa UPLB, parang pamilya kayo. And then second is, it's close to nature. Nakapagtrabaho po ako sa Maynila. 1 taon lang yung tinagal ko. And ibang-iba yung nature, ibang-iba yung ambience ng UPLB. Sabi nga po nila, yung mga nakagraduate na from UPLB, pag nag-UPLB ka, ayaw mo nang umalis sa UPLB because of that, parang yung attachment mo sa nature, yung attachment mo sa mga family mo dito sa university, hindi na siya mawawala. And talagang pinagpapasalamat ko na UPLB kasi po kahit saan, halimbawa hindi naman kayo magkakilala, kahit sa DevCom, sir, graduate ng DevCom, di ba? Hindi naman tayo magkakilala sa university, pero paglabas natin, parang feeling close na talaga tayo agad, talagang nagkukumpulan na tayo. So, talagang mahal na mahal natin yung isa't isa dito sa UPLB.
Alright. O si Dr. Mo, yan, narinig nyo na naman siyang nagsalita kanina, pero ito, mas personal yung ibabahagi niya kung bakit niya pinili ang UPLB. Ito ay ano ba, Diliman din to eh. Tapos UPLB, tapos UK.
Salamat, Chico. No? Nakalimutan ko pala, kanina pala nung kinakausap natin yung mga kasama natin, sina Paolo, si Jim, at saka si Doc Rina, nakalimutan ko palang i-promote yung sarili kong degree program. Ano? Mga kaibigan,
correct.
Pumunta po kayo sa UP Los Baños para din sa BA Sociology. And although ang question ni Chico kung bakit UP Los Baños, I'd like to emphasize more on that notion of why UP. And Doc Rina already told us a reason why. Sabi niya ang UPLB ay utak at puso ng isang lingkod bayan. At if I would like to expand on that, bakit mo pipiliin ang UP? Dahil sa UP, meron kang pinakamahusay na edukasyon na nag-aangat ng buhay, ginhawa at dangal ng sarili mong pamayanan, ng iyong bayan at kapwa. At yun yung pinatunayan ng lahat ng mga nakasama natin ngayong umaga. At yun din ang klase ng edukasyon na nais ko na ibahagi sa ating mga manonood na maranasan din nila kapag pinili nila ang alinman sa mga constituent universities ng UP. At syempre, makakasama nila tayong lahat kung ang pipiliin nila ay ang UP Los Baños.
Nako, tama yan, Doc Mo, no? Parang si Veronica Rosario nga, gusto niya na ipagdasal niya ay UPLB ang kanyang pasahan na campus kahit na UP Diliman daw yung kanyang first choice. O itong tatlong to, nakasama nyo na kanina, si Doc Rina, si Jim at si Pao, pero tatanungin ko pa rin kayo, in one word, why UPLB? Doc Rina, mauna ka na, gusto mo?
One word?
Yan, go.
One word lang, ang daya. Pero UPLB...
O sige na nga, o sige.
Dahil andito yung pangarap ko, kasi pangarap ko talaga maging veterinaryo. Pero nung high school kasi, nag-aaral ako sa UP Baguio, tapos nag-UP Diliman ako. Pero alam mo, kahit UP pa rin siya, parang may kulang. Yung pala dito ko talaga sa UPLB, yung life purpose ko.
Yes. O, the life purpose. Alright. At feeling ko sa UPLB mo rin mahahanap ang the one. Ang the one talaga.
Actually, hindi the one. Kasi nahanap ko na kayong lahat. So,
Ay, the one community.
The one community. So, salamat sa
Yes. Oo. Pau, ikaw, bakit ka babalik at babalik sa UPLB? Ito, itinapon na namin to sa Thailand pero talagang bumalik sa Pilipinas at ngayon ay nagsisilbi sa bayan sa pamamagitan ng Department of Health. Pau.
Yes, sir. So bakit UPLB? I would like to sum it up in an acronym of CDC, which also stands for College of Development Communication. So ipupush ko talaga yan. CDC, okay. C is for UP made me critical of many things. Before, parang tinatanggap ko lang yung things as is. So for example, ang babae dapat nasa bahay, ang lalaki dapat ang tatrabaho. Parang tinatanggap ko lang siya. Pero UP made me question all of those norms na natutunan ko. Or even, for example, pag magbabayad ng tuition fee, nakalagay dyan, meron kang babayaran na lab fee, miscellaneous fee, etc. Tinatanggap ko lang yun before. Pero parang UP talaga, tinulungan niya ako maging critical, na tanungin mo talaga lahat. So, saan napupunta to? Bakit kailangan itong bayaran? Ganyan. Dati bayad lang si mommy, si daddy. Ngayon, tinatanong mo talaga saan napupunta yung pera mo. So, those are like very basic examples lang, no? CDC, D-driven. Driven not just because we strive for excellence, but also because we have a purpose. Which is really to help the country become a better place for all Filipinos. And then the last po, yung sa CDC, C, which is being consensus. UP taught me na parang kahit driven ka, because sometimes if you're driven and ambitious, parang kahit ano na lang, basta marating mo yun, no? Pero no, along the way, along the process of reaching your goals, you should still be grounded and consensus na parang alam mong tama yung ginagawa mo and may lalim yung mga pangarap mo para sa bansa. So, yun po para sa akin.
Grabe, so, pag ganito naman yung pag ganito yung nagtapos, tapos parang pag naging guru ka nitong tao na to, parang ang taba-taba na ng puso mo, no? Kahit ang taba-taba na rin ng tiyan ko at ng lahat ng mga bagay sa akin. I'm so proud of you, Pao. You make me happy. Alright, Jim. Nako, ito namang si Jim na laging nang aagaw ng pagkain namin sa opisina dati nung ito ay student leader pa. Jim, why UPLB? Ang dami mo ng achievements from outside the Philippines.
One word lang ba, sir? Wow. A joke. Ambience
Hindi,
pa lang,
ikaw.
wow.
Wow.
Hindi, pero sa totoo po,
Yes.
sir, yung UP, why UPLB, no? Una sa lahat, yung sinasabi nila family at yung pagiging isa with everybody in UPLB, totoo po yun. The reason why nakakonect po ako agad with a Filipino group of scientists pagdating ko sa Rome, kasi nakita nung isang Pinoy na nakabarong ako, tapos sumigaw siya sa loob ng UN building, uy, Pinoy! Tapos, nung tinanong niya ako, saan ka nag-aral? Sabi ko sa LB. Uy, sabi niya, LB din ako. Food tech. So, after nun, nilibre niya ako ng kain, tinur niya ako, pinasyal niya ako. So, alam mo yung walang barrier whatsoever na mas matanda ba siya sa akin or what. Just the mere fact that from Los Baños ka, established right away as a different kind of bond, no? Na hindi mo ma-explain, hindi mo ma-put to words. The only way you can experience it is to be part of UPLB. No? So, madami na pong sinabi yung mga speakers before me, but one thing's for sure, UPLB is a family, UPLB is a community, and saan ka makakahanap ng isang lugar na saan nagkukumpulan lahat ng eksperto ng iba't ibang larangan. Katabi ang UPLB ng IRI, International Rice Research Institute, one of 15 international agricultural research centers. lahat many of the Filipino intergovernmental panel on climate change experts nandito din sa UPLB, specifically from CFNR and CESAM, if I'm not mistaken. And then yung mga ASEAN University qualified colleges, meron din sa UPLB, no? Agri, DVM, DevCom, CFNR, among others, no? So very very rich in diversity and expertise ang UPLB. Hindi ka magkukulang sa experience, hindi ka magkukulang sa aral para mag-grow ka as a person and to be an effective nation builder. So, yun. I hope that brings you and that moves you to choose UPLB among other campuses.
Wow, maraming salamat, Jim, at salamat sa lahat ng mga kasama natin dito, no, for telling our grades 11 and 12 students why UPLB. This is one of the most trying times that we could have in our lives, perhaps, no, living and studying and teaching in the middle of the pandemic. But if you have a community like this, talking to you, even online, even in a mediated face-to-face communication through Zoom or whatever virtual conference tool you have, napaka-importante nung sense of feeling na maibigay sa iyo na it is okay and everything will be okay. And you need this family and community to be able to pursue your studies. Just to sum it up, no, let's consolidate all our efforts together, and perhaps yung cooperation that we could give you para sa iba't ibang mga bagay na nais ninyong gawin, nandito yon. And you know that the recruitment program is happening not because we want to recruit you and go to UPLB. No, we are presenting to you kung sino yung mga taong makakasama ninyo along the way. You know, the recruitment program is designed not only to tell you to choose UPLB, but really once you get in, LRC and the rest of us will be here for you to make sure that you are properly guided as you pursue your higher education in UP Los Baños. And of course, marami kayong mga tao na makaka-collaborate. And at the same time, I think napaka-importante, the compassion that you could get, no, from these people, and the compassion that you could also bring to us. And I think that is the key elements of a university that would give you the best for your future. So let us help you with your future and be part of our university and our family and our community. And we'll be very happy that you will be part of our goal of future-proofing UP Los Baños. So with that, I could give you a lot more than 13 reasons why, but it is really up to you at the end of the day to choose UPLB. So just choose UPLB. Huwag na pag-isipan pa yan. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Chico. There you have it. Professor Mark Lester M. Chico, the Director of Office of Public Relations, together with our RPBB team, headed by our Director, Ma'am Benji Flor. All right. So, I guess yung mga questions po natin na-answer na. But if you still have questions, you just have to let us know po sa comment section box. But habang inaantay po natin ang inyong mga questions, once again, thank you so much to our dear speakers, Sir Mo, Sir Jim, Sir Pao, Doc Rina, and Sir Chico. Now, hashtag Team LRC would like to take this opportunity to thank all of them for their valuable time. To award the Certificate of Appreciation, may I kindly recognize our beloved and beautiful Director, Dr. Benjamina Paula G. Flor. Allow me to just read the citation first of the certificates. University of the Philippines Los Baños Learning Resource Center present this Certificate of Appreciation to, for serving as resource speaker and panel moderator as well in the first session on Up Close, learn some tips in choosing the right course from UPLB graduates in the Nowhere to Go But Up UPLB Recruitment Program for the Best and the Brightest webinar series held today, January 27, 2021, given this 27th day of January 2021, at the Learning Resource Center, UPLB College, Laguna, signed by our Director, Benjamina Paula G. Flor.
So thank you so much, Sir Mo, for moderating and sharing your experience as a UPLB graduate. Sana po
Always
sa
a pleasure. Ma'am Benji, maraming salamat, Team LRC.
Next certificate would be for the rest of the team, Sir Pao, right? For the first session up close. For Sir Jim and for Doc Rina Tandaluna. And then the last one is for Sir Chico for the second session entitled WazzzUP? Why Choose UPLB?
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your life stories. Going back to memory lane, ika nga. Nakakaiyak, no? Nakakaiyak at nakaka-touch talaga yung mga kwento ng mga experiences ninyo. At yan ang masasabi nating Patak UP. Sir Rina, Doc Rina, Sir Mo, Sir Jim, Sir Pau, who is my student in DevCom 10, Pau, na baka nakalimutan mo, ako yung iyong grounding. No? So I hope grades 11 and 12, you have learned what steps or concerns you need to ponder on deciding where to go and what course to take. And given our webinar session, I wish and pray that you make UPLB your choice. Di kayo magsisisi, tulad ko na nag-aral dito since 1978 na nagmula pa sa General Santos, subalit dito na naglagi, nagkapamilya at nagkatrabaho. Pag kayo pumasok sa UPLB, may in love kayo sa lugar. And di nyo ito malilimutan magpakailanman. Tulad ko, di lang ito kaganapan ng pangarap ng tatay ko na makapagtapos sa UP dahil siya nga ay hindi nakagraduate ng panahon ng giyera. Muli, nowhere to go but UPLB. Thank you po sa inyong lahat at magandang tanghali.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Benj. There you have it, our director po of the UPLB Learning Resource Center. We have one question though from our FB Live from, let me just read, Marilu Abitan. If we don't make it sa UP admission, is there another chance for students po to pursue our studies in UPLB? I guess si Doc Rina po ang mas makakasagot sa question po na ito. Doc?
Salamat, She. So gaya ni Sir Chico, no, pwede kayong makapasok pa rin sa UPLB bilang mga transfer students. So ang mangyayari, mag-e-enroll muna kayo sa ibang universidad, magpapataas kayo ng inyong grado, and after 1 year, pwede na kayong mag-apply sa UPLB. Ang pangalawa, gaya ako, as a second degree student. So basta may pangarap kayo, tuloy nyo lang. Hindi naman kailangang agad-agad makuha nyo. Pero ang importante is that you pursue your dreams. Yan.
Thank you so much, Doc Rina. Sobrang dami pong takeaways for this morning. From Ma'am Rina pa nga lang po yun, sabi niya po, huwag matakot mangarap, huwag matakot abutin ang pangarap. Just like all of us here po na nasa Zoom space, na nasa webinar series na ito, huwag po kayong matakot. Alright, so I guess yung sa mga process ng reconsideration, ayan, you can always email OUR po. Part po si Doc Rina doon ng OUR, and they'll be happy to assist you po kung paano mag-transfer at yung mga questions pa po ninyo regarding sa mga iba pang ways to go to UP just in case hindi mapasama sa UP admission process. Alright? So now for the evaluation of this session, please do not forget to answer the evaluation form after this webinar. Again, your comments and suggestions po will be deeply appreciated by our team. #Team LRC. So the link is being shown to you on your screen. Let me also post that on our FB Live para makapunta po kayo agad doon sa site. Okay? Let me just post it. All right. So it's already posted. You have a copy of the link. Punta lang po kayo doon and then you will be directed to the link. All right. So guys, we hope you gained valuable insights from our day 1 of the Nowhere to Go But Up UP webinar series. Just a reminder for our next session, that would be on Friday, January 21 or 29 rather, 2021, same time po, 10 in the morning. Our third session is entitled Light Up, Discover a Course that Fuels Your Passion and Purpose, while our fourth session is Better Together, which is all about the scholarships, financial assistance, and other services offered by UP Los Baños. At this point po, we would like to recognize and thank our team, Team LRC and Team RPBB, headed by our director, Ma'am Benji Flor, with the support of our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jane O. Loyola. On our technical side po is our University Research Associate, Joshua Michael J. Jonas, our webinar production, online director, Direct Prof. Mark Lester M. Chico, and of course, this webinar series will not be possible po without the help of our speakers for this session, our Team RPPB, Dr. Mo Lianco, Dr. Rina Tandelunas, Sir Jim Leandro Cano, Sir Paulo Rigel Samonte, Sir Mark Lester Chico. Well, for our second day po, maraming salamat po in advance sa College of Agriculture and Food Science, College of Forestry and Natural Resources, College of VetMed, Institute of Statistics, and Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Also, may we thank as well our two other members ng Team LRC, Tita Allen and Kuya Iwok. Hindi man po sila nakikita sa ating Zoom space, sa ating camera, sama-sama at tulong-tulong po kami sa aming programs dito sa LRC. Alright, it has been an amazing and fruitful day today. This has been your moderators for this session, Cheryl Hermosa Ebron. Guys, may ilan po sa inyo na nag-join at nag-register sa RPBB webinar series because you are still undecided and confused on what course to take up in college. You might be worried of what ifs and what nots, especially during these challenging times. Allow us to end with this quote from Gustavo Rossetti, author of The Adaptive Mind, shared also on our LRC page. He said, "Your success and happiness depend on your mindset. What you think, you become. Our mindset affects how we see the world. If yours is distorted, so will be the way you see yourself and others. Our beliefs and thoughts shape the way we behave, even if we don't realize it. So instead of being afraid of what could go wrong, start being excited what could go right. Laban lang, kapit lamang po. Together, we can achieve academic excellence. Thank you so much for joining today's session. We'll see you on Friday. God bless you all. Happy lunch po. Bye.